Hello, 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 my lovely, lovely friends. Thank you for joining me here on A Journey in Light. My name is Joy. Hello. So today's pick a card, super special pick a card today. This is a collaboration with Lindsay over at White Rose Guidance. So I will have her video linked in the description below, so be sure to go over and check out her video on the same subject to see what messages you guys get there. I'm so thankful that Lindsay reached out and asked me if I wanted to do this collab. We have been friends / acquaintance for several years now, for probably close to 4, in this YouTube tarot reading land. So it's pretty cool when you make friends with a different readers. So be sure to go and check Lindsay's video out. If you're over here watching from Lindsay's channel, thank you so much. I hope that you enjoy this. I hope that you enjoy this reading, and I hope that you subscribe and want to be part of my family over here. We do a lot of the similar subjects between Lindsay and I, so hopefully you'll find the information you need here as well. So today's pick a card tarot reading, we are going over what do you need to know right now. The reading will be structured. It'll be a general kind of overview on what you need to know, what you need to hear. We'll do a section on career, a section on love, and kind of like a follow-up, like what prayers are being answered, things of those nature. So that's the breakdown of each pile. So as the same with Lindsay's, you can pick the same one. If you're over from Lindsay's, the same one here, the same one there, or you can just take a deep breath, follow your intuition, ask your intuition what you need to hear most. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and open them and go where you're being guided to go. So for pile 1, we have this card. It says Eyes of the Eagle rising above the fray. And with that, I have this cute little white jade elephant for pile 1. Pile 1. And this is the number 18. Pile 2, we have the card number 50. This says Spirit of the River, movement toward adventure, and I have this paired with a hopefully you guys can see all the banding in that. This is a blue jay feather from my yard. Actually, I have a family of blue jays. I have a baby every year that hang out in my yard certain times of the year. So this is from my blue jay family that lives in my yard. Pile 3, we have the number 33. This says Joyful Muse, Inspiration. We have a fun little cat doing lots of different creative things. I paired that with the Othoceros, which is a fossilized mollusk from many years ago. For pile 3. I keep blowing this little feather around. And then in pile 4, we have the number 44. The card says Perfect Storm, the courage to step into life. We have here a beautiful crow, a raven. And with that, we have this malachite crystal. See where you guys can see it better. There you go. Get under that lighting. So pile 4, here is your storm and malachite. So I will leave these up for a moment. If you need more time to decide, go ahead and pause the screen. The timestamps will be in the description box below, as well as the pinned comments. Sometimes people use the numbers to help them decide if they're having a hard time. I do also want to let any new viewers over from Lindsay's channel to know that I do personal readings as well. You can find all the information in my description box if you're ever in need of a personal reading on a subject or situation. So again, I'm going to leave these up. Feel free to pause the screen, and then I will see you at your pile. Bye, guys. Hello, my lovely friends. For pile 1, you picked the white jade elephant. And this beautiful card, number 18, Eyes of the Eagle, rising above the fray. So with this, we are going over what do you need to know right now. We'll have different sections of this reading. There'll be a general section, a career section, a love section, as well as prayers being answered. With this, if you're drawn to this card, you may have just picked number 1 over in Lindsay's reading, or you just may be drawn to this picture. So for those drawn to this pile, there is definitely a need for clarity here. There's a need to see things from a broader perspective. If you're feeling like really confused about a situation, you may just be too close to the situation. You may need to step back and get a higher perspective here. We think of these eagles having eagle eye vision, but they see things from above. You know, so you may need to take a step back from a situation really to gain clarity on it. So that may involve taking some time, taking some space, doing something different for a little bit, and then coming back to whatever this is that you're trying to get clarity on. These are general readings, so that's going to be a little different for everyone, but I do feel like if you're drawn here, you're trying to see something, you're trying to understand something. Maybe your guides want you to know that that's what you need if you're just like, I picked this one because I don't know. But there is a need for a broader perspective with this card. And rising above something. But let's jump into tarot. We have a lot of information we're going to go over today, so I'm so happy to have you guys here. If you haven't checked out Lindsay's reading, please do that after this reading. She's an amazing reader, a lovely person. Known her for several years now, and I'm so excited that we're finally doing a collaboration. And if you're over from Lindsay's, I really, really hope you find the information that you need here. That is the intention that I set for all my readings. Okay, pile 1. What do they need to know? What do they need to hear right now? So we have a 5 of Swords. Yeah, so there's a lot of overthinking going on. There may be a need, again, to take a step back. This card says negative thoughts manifesting into real challenges, fear surrounding money, reaching out to others for assistance, poor timing or becoming self-employed. Sorry, I don't know if I said 5 of Swords at first. This is 5 of Pentacles. So you could be going through a financial situation right now that's much harder than you'd like. Some of you guys could be going through some sort of abandonment kind of thing with this card is about lack, it's about abandonment, things of that nature. I do want to point out we do have this lovely angel that's kind of surrounding her. We have this little cat here. So there's a message here about knowing that you're not alone. Sometimes when we are feeling so down, especially if you're a person that's high vibe and you do feel connected to your guides, sometimes when we're low, we feel like disconnected, but it's just because our vibration has come down so low and their vibration is so high. They're always there around us. We just might not feel them as much. So always remember, you're never being left behind. You're never being neglected from the other side, from the divine, whatever you want to call it. Just know that you are being protected, you are being nurtured here. Even if you can't see or feel it, it is happening and it is there for you. Okay. And 1, what do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Like, yeah, it's like screaming, like, please know, even if you're going through a hard time, we're here for you. You are surrounded, your angels, your guides, the universe, God, however you want to view that. This could even be like a loved one that has passed away. Some of you guys may have recently lost someone that meant a lot to you. And there's a message here to know that they're always there. They're only a thought away. You only have to think of them and they can be there. All right, we have 15, ego. So this is the devil card in traditional tarot. It says the illusion of being trapped. Accept responsibility for your situation, then make choices that support your path to happiness, addictions, or unhealthy habits. So there may be a need to unchain yourself from some unhealthy habits. This could also just be unhealthy thought patterns. If you're very stuck in this, this went wrong, this didn't go right, that kind of negative thoughts, there's a reminder here that, you know, what we think about, what we focus on, we bring more of into our life. So think about the things that you want. And you have to like kind of break yourself away, break the chains of negative thoughts so you can move on and feel better. If you've been really stuck in this energy for a while, pile 1, you know, again, just like I was talking about your loved ones only being a thought away, a new version of yourself is only a thought away. You know, thinking differently, thinking about yourself differently. I feel like this is very like self-loathing for some of you, and that starts with you. You know, if people have treated you poorly, I'm really sorry that that has happened to you, but they don't dictate how you see yourself, only you do. So there's a reminder that just because someone didn't see your value doesn't make you not make you valuable, but how you see yourself is where your value comes from. So remembering that, it's funny because I think a lot of people think they associate self-confidence with ego, and those are two very different things. Self-love, self-worth, self-concept are very, very important, and they're not egoic. They're a form of love for yourself. Again, it's a totally different thing. So if you have a hard time with confidence in yourself because you feel like it makes you look like you have an ego problem, there may be something you need to address there. You should always love yourself and think highly of yourself. Okay, next we have this pile one, need to know, need to hear. Okay, we have a King of Wands. Motivational, inspiring, theatrical, ambitious, take lead role, step into the spotlight, public speaking, keep your eyes on the big picture, communicate your vision, don't be sensitive to criticism. Okay, I love where this is going. So pile one, I feel like, you know, you've had this period of feeling down, maybe things not going your way, maybe, you know, your mind getting the best of you and other people adding to that. But this is the energy where you need to step into this, like, no, I am worthy. I have the power, I have the passion, I can step into the spotlight. Some of you, it's like your negative mind. I don't think it's an accident that I called this Five of Swords at the very beginning. I think that this is what my guides are trying to get me to convey, that it's just that little voice in your head, that your self-doubt, the naysayers, those kinds of things. It may be coming outside of you, but I think a lot of you guys, it's coming from within. And so you need to silence that little voice. You need to step into your power and allow yourself to shine. I don't know if some of you have a fear of failure because maybe you lost before in the past. Maybe that's holding you and crippling you in the past, that those chains of limiting beliefs, you know, that need to be let go so you can really shine. So the only difference between people that are successful and the people that are failures is the people that are successful failed that many more times to get to success. So it's just part of it. So, you know, if something that didn't work out in the past is holding you frozen, break those chains and really step into this power. You're meant to do more than what has happened to you thus far. It's this energy of like, you don't even realize how good it can get because you're so focused on looking in your rear view mirror, and there's nothing more to learn from that. Pile one, I feel like you've reviewed, you've learned, you've done whatever you needed to do, but now is the time to look forward and move forward with confidence of all the things that can come in, all the possibilities, all the opportunities that can come in for you. And for some of you guys that may be also needing to step back and look things from a broader perspective with this opening card to really be able to see. And you'll see that even though those things that you went through were hard, they did get you to where you need to be. You've learned something there, and now it's time to step forward. And again, that may take a risk, that may, you know, have to be like, okay, this could go wrong again, but what if it could go right? It has just as much chance of going right as it can go wrong. So take that chance. But I'm telling you, you're never going to get there if you don't try. All right, let's see. Pile one. What else do they need to know, need to hear right now? Pile one. Ooh, yep. Okay, we have a Nine of Cups. So this is a wish fulfilled. I think the biggest thing you need to realize that this period is almost over, but it's just going to take that last little oomph to get back up and to go and do it, because your wish fulfilled is just on the other side of these limiting beliefs. It's in your power. It's standing in your power, standing in your confidence. This says wishes come true. Your dreams become reality. A magical time of life, good fortune, faith in the universe that all will be well. So yeah, you're being asked to, again, trust that you're being supported here. that, you know, the angels, the guides, the universe has your back. And use that knowing to step into your power, because your wishes are wanting to come in, but it just takes that mind shift, getting out that low vibrational energy and stepping back into a higher vibrational energy to bring in all those things you're trying to manifest. If you're having a very hard time doing that, the key is gratitude. If you're stuck in a low vibrational energy, gratitude can shift you out of that like that. You know, start thinking of all the things you're thankful for. Even if it's just like, I'm thankful I have time to watch YouTube videos. You know, I'm thankful for the breath in my lungs. Like, just starting there, that'll help bring you into a higher vibrational energy. You can't be low vibrational and grateful and have gratitude at the same time. So that's like the cheat code to life. And again, all your wishes want to come through. All your manifestings want to come through. If it hasn't happened this far, just know that you're just going to have to persevere a little bit longer with that. All right, let's move into some oracle cards. Pile 1, what do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Okay, wow. All right, this card says blue. It says, she who loved once. Fragile, secret love, rejection. So for some of you, this abandonment could be about someone that you loved and feeling rejected, or something that you didn't get to come to fruition. And there's a message that that situation isn't the only good thing coming for you. Again, wishes are here wanting to come true. It may not be attached to that person. You may need to let go of an idea of somebody. Again, whatever thoughts are chaining you and holding you back, that's what you need to let go of. And your guides also want you to know that it's okay. If you're sad, it's okay to be sad about something in the past, but you can rise above it. You can love again. All right, let's see. Ooh. Pile 1, what do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Make no judgments. So if you've been, this feels sidebar. If you find yourself being judgmental of what someone else does, or what they have done, or what they're not doing, there may be a need to drop all of that, and just allow other people to do what they need to do. Also allowing what people did, like, don't make judgments on it, let it go, because the energy of holding on to that negativity around what someone else did or how it should have been done, and even this is judgments about yourself, holding on to those, like judgmental energy, envious energy, angry energy, is all negative energy, again, holding us back from moving into the potential that we want to move into. And sometimes just letting those judgments go can be a shift as well. Okay. Sorry about that. I have so many cards this time. All right. Pile 1. What do they need to hear? What do they need to know? Unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. So there's a message here that even though things may feel scary, you don't feel like you're exactly where you need to be. And if you're in an unknown territory, like, switch to the feeling of adventure. Like, you may have never been here before. Maybe that's what's scaring you to step towards this. What if I fail? But what if you fly? You know, we do have a lot of birds here, you know, and there's that message around, what am I trying to say? If you're new to me, I get all kind. I'm a person that loves analogies and memes, and when I'm channeling, I have a hard time accessing that side, but my guides give me those, and I'm like, I can't find it. So I can't find the exact line in my head, but when a bird sits on a branch, they're not afraid of it breaking because they know their winds can carry them. This is kind of like that vibe here. Don't be afraid of failure, Pile 1. I don't care what happened out here, who rejected you, what didn't work out. Like, it's time for you to step into your power. It's time for you to rise above that. You know, this opening card to say, rise above the fray, rise above the past, rise above the people that didn't see you. You know, you don't need them to see you as long as you see you. That's that beautiful thing about self-love, self-concept, self-worth. If you don't have that, you need to start working on that. It starts by little things like every time you look in the mirror, look yourself in the eye. And even if you don't say it out loud, if you can say it out loud, say it out loud. If you can't, it's okay. But at least think to yourself, I love you. Self-love starts there. Being able to look yourself in the eye, not feel guilty, not feel greedy, not feel cringy about loving yourself. Like, it starts with you, and you'll start behaving differently. You start treating yourself differently. You'll start showing up differently when you really honor and respect yourself first. And again, if this is new, it's okay, because it's worth it and you're exactly where you need to be. Okay. Pile 1, what do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Simplify your life. Cherish the simple pleasures of life. We do have this person kind of sweeping up. I feel like every time I use this deck, this card comes out. There's so many cards in here. It's so interesting. So I get a lot of mixture. This could be about decluttering your house, getting rid of old things. This also feels like, again, outdated beliefs of yourself. Like, do a mental cleanse. Like, if you're that person in your head that's the meanest to you than everybody else, the good news, yeah, that's hard, but the good news is that's the one thing you have control over. We don't have much control over many things in life, but we control how we think about things. We control how we allow things to affect us, and we can switch it. But it starts with you. And again, that might just be cleaning out those old outdated beliefs about yourself, these outdated beliefs about what's possible for you, pile 1. Like, there are so many beautiful things that are just itching to come in, but you got to let go of whatever this was. Like, it's got to go. And maybe that's what you're sweeping out, energetically, doing things like that, like literally, like, even if, you just go and pick up a broom and think about all the negativity you want to sweep out of your life. And even if that starts with you, just set the intention that you're sweeping it out and sweep it out your front door. Those little things. One thing that I used to always do was every time I'm washing my hands, if something was bothering me, I would literally wash my hands of it. I'd wash my hands under the sink and set the intention that whatever this was, to wash it away. And again, that's this letting these old beliefs go and letting them leave your life. Others of you, if you're finding yourself have a lot of old things around you, and that energy is feeling stuck, you may need to declutter, as items hold energy. And also if you're holding on to something from the past that isn't serving you anymore, it isn't going anywhere, but you still have some objects around, there may be a need to get rid of that too. Because again, objects hold energy. And if it isn't serving you, you need to let it go. All right, let's see. Next card, we're going to pull a surrender card. What does pile 1 need to surrender? What do they need to surrender? I mean, I feel like that's all we've been talking about, but let's get some more. All right. Sending you guys lots of love. I know all the things that I'm asking of you guys right now aren't easy things, but they're worth it. I promise you. Okay. You're being asked to surrender worry. Make a commitment to not lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that Spirit is always guiding you. Again, that's coming up. Spirit has your back. The universe has your back. You are being guided. Even if you can't feel it, it's because your vibration's too low. I promise you they're there. You just can't feel it because they're so high vibrational. Just let it all go, because you are being supported in such a beautiful way, pile 1. You just have to allow it to unfold. Okay. Next, let's see. Pile 1, what do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Forgiveness. A crushed flower gives off a sweet scent. I know that there's a Mark Twain quote that's similar about violets, but there may be a need to forgive here. And forgiveness is an interesting thing. So forgiveness is technically for you. Forgiveness isn't for other people. Sorry, I just realized you guys can't see that. So there may be a need to bring some light up here. May need to be a need to either forgive someone, and it doesn't mean that you need to forgive them in person. There may be a need to forgive someone energetically. So you can let go of that resentment, because again, that's bogging you down. The energy of anger, resentment, hatred, envy, all those things, rejection, sorrow, and just, even if you never tell this person to their face, say, I forgive you. I forgive you for doing whatever you're doing, because you're releasing yourself from that energy. Because that energy of being angry or whatever isn't doing anything to that other person, but it is holding you back, and it's damaging your vibe. You know, so forgive and let go. And some of you guys, I feel like this forgiveness for yourself. You know, stop beating yourself up for whatever happened and just forgive yourself and move on. Because again, that energy isn't serving you. All right, let's get one more for general and then we'll move into career. What else does, no? Oh yeah, okay. All right, we have 555, which is the number of change. It says encouragement, support, obstacle, battle, calling, restructuring, creative work. It says you are going to level up. It might not feel good initially, but it will prepare you to handle greater things in life for your highest good. That is the why you've been looking for. Push through it. There's a reward waiting at the finish line. Again, this whole like, here you are, step into, again, own it, fake it till you make it if you got to, be Delulu or whatever they call it on TikTok, because there's a reward waiting for you. It's just, but you got to let all this stuff go. Again, it's like energetically like sweeping all this stuff out to let all that good energy in. Got to make room for it. All right, I'm going to move these over. We're going to move over to career real quick. All right, career. What does, and some of this could be career related for you guys, but we're going to look specifically at career. Actually, you know what? I want to use this deck because it's the deck that Lindsay gave me. So it's a Lindsay deck. She sent me this a long time ago. All right. Career, pile 1. What do they need to know about career? King of Cups, deep emotional fulfillment when it comes to career. 4 of Swords. Okay, one more. Well, hot damn. Okay. Career is looking good, and there's honestly not much you need to do except for follow your heart and really own your power. So the 4 of Swords is all about rest. It's about meditation. If some of you guys don't know where to go when it comes to career, if you don't know what you want to do, there may be a need to like kind of sit with yourself, meditate, ask yourself, what is it that would be the most rewarding, fulfilling, and what are my strengths here? With the Empress being here, the Empress is kind of like the energy. It's Venus energy, but it's the energy of the divine feminine, which is receptive energy. It's using your talents and allowing things to come to you and bringing things in. So yeah, when it comes to career, there's not much outside of yourself that you need to do except for sit with yourself and own like the power that you have. But as long as it's what's calling your heart. Now, if you're working, and you're not getting anywhere and you're feeling unfulfilled, there may be a need to step back, reevaluate on what you want to do, and really touch into what it is that you feel that your soul is being pulled to do. Okay, let's get 1 or 2 more for career. What else? Just pile 1 need to know about career. You have clean it up again. Okay, guys, there's another like broom cleanup thing. So there may be a need to either, it could be as simple as cleaning up your office area, clean out old, outdated beliefs around what is possible for you when it comes to career. But it's time to clean up and just consolidate. Some of you guys, if you are doing a great job, it may be just go and clean out your email. Maybe you're going to come across something that you really needed to know or needs to hear in there. But clean things up. Start from a very cleansed place because it helps you focus more. All right, and this one is an affirmator. They're kind of funny, but I wanted to use them because this is the at work edition, and I haven't used this deck in forever. So career, pile 1. Tenacity. If at first you don't succeed, try to remember that there's an old tired saying for a reason. Everyone fails sometimes, but failure is only failure if it happens on the last page of your story. And since you're still breathing, that's not where you are right now. So if you've hit an obstacle on your way to success, don't sweat it. Dust off your air quotes and hang them on that failure as a reminder that failures are part of success. I believe I already talked about this, so I love that. And this is all part of your lifelong job. Then get right back to it. Your next failure is waiting to bring you closer to your dream. All right, guys, we already talked about that. Like, you know, the difference between success and failure is people that succeed just failed that much more and they just kept going. So keep working through it. Keep working through it. Okay, let's see. Let's move on to love, everybody's favorite. So let's see. For love, pile 1. What does pile 1 need to know about love right now? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear about love? We have fate. There's a destined partnership. $800 million things. All right. Sorry about that. Give me a moment, guys. I'm not taking those. If it's meant to come out, it'll come back out. One card, please. Pile 1 needs to know about. Okay. Karmic relationships. This was the top card. So there is some sort of fate around karmic relationship. It says fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go, and loving you. So if there is some old relationship, maybe it had some sort of karmic lesson to it. It may be, you know, you've learned what you need to learn. You need to let that go and just love you more. If that person, again, didn't see your value, don't let that define you. Like, you define you. How you see yourself defines you. I don't want to keep beating that dead horse, but I'm here to tell you, pile 1, that you're amazing, but it starts with you seeing yourself that way. And you, aka, you know, yay, get to change that. So another thing you need to know about love is boundaries. Clear boundaries are needed in this situation or relationship. Protect and honor your energy in a balanced way. Spend time alone if needed and reconnect when you're able to. Set healthy boundaries that are necessary and learn to say no when needed. Some of you guys could be in a stellar, awesome relationship that maybe just something has come up, maybe some sort of turmoil or, you know, a little hiccup along the way. And so it may need for you to be very clear and honest about boundaries about what you need, but it also may need to take that moment to step away. We did talk about that in general around needing some space to come back to something, you know, at the very beginning of this reading. All right, let's see. Pile 1, love. Boundaries. Okay. When it comes to your loving connections, this also could be family members. I feel like somebody, like there's some sort of thing going on with a parent or a family member, someone that's overstepping your boundaries, and maybe you've had a hard time saying no. Remember, no is a complete sentence. You don't need to over-explain yourself, but you do need to honor your boundaries and set them clearly, because someone is crossing them and that's not okay. And if that's what's making you feel this way, it's time to stand up for yourself and set those boundaries. And people that get mad or angry about that, it's because they were benefiting from your lack of boundaries. So you need to set them clearly. Now, boundaries, they don't need to be like a brick wall 30 feet high that no one can see. Boundaries are supposed to be more like a picket fence. Like, this is my line. I'm letting you see it. I'm still on the other side. You can still see me. Hopefully you guys are getting this analogy. It still allows energy to flow in and out, but there is a definite hard line in the sand. Now, a boundary that someone has built that's a brick wall that's 30 feet high, that's not a boundary. That's not a healthy boundary. That's a boundary built out of trauma and stuff. So check out your boundaries there. If you have really good boundaries or you feel like you have them set, ask yourself, is this a healthy boundary? Because there is a difference. Okay. Let's see what else with love. Pile 1. Soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will physically manifest. So some of you guys could already be dealing with a soulmate. We have a fated, destined relationship. Some of you may be calling in a soulmate. But, you know, as you work on your boundaries, as you work through your old karma with other people, it brings you into the energetic state of bringing what you want. Some of you guys, again, could already be here. There may just be a need to tweak some things if things aren't going exactly how you want them to go. All right, last, we're going to look over your prayers that are being answered. Lindsay did this in her video, and I loved it so much. I was like, I want to do that section. So let's see. Pile 1. Prayers that are being answered. Prayers that are being answered. I'm so thankful that you guys are here for this. These are my favorite types of readings. So, okay. Meditation. Improvements require persistence. So a prayer that's being answered is you could very much be getting a question answered in prayer. I talk about, if you're new to my channel, I talk about meditation a lot. I do try to meditate daily. I'm not always consistent, but I do try to do it several times a week. And I always like to say prayers are us talking to God and meditation is God talking to us. You can get so much clarity, so many answers when you clear your mind and just sit with that. So look for prayers to be answered during meditation. If you have a hard time with meditation, there are lots of forms. You can look up walking meditations, guided meditations. I don't suggest starting out just sitting there in silence with yourself. It's really hard to do. Meditation is called a practice for a reason. You have to practice at it. Anyone that meditates a lot can tell you I have the most amazing 45-minute meditation, and the next day I can have the worst 5-minute crap one. It just is. But just even a little bit of time in meditation, like 30 seconds in that clear meditative state, you can get a whole world of answers. I promise you, it's totally worth it. If you have a hard time sitting in silence, I would suggest starting with guided meditations, possibly doing a walk-in meditation, or even doing some sort of meditative thing when you're cleaning. You guys did have a lot of things about cleaning. When you're doing repetitive motions, you can get very much in a meditative state. Like if you got to clean your house and you're going to be like scrubbing or sweeping, you know, what you've been thinking about doing, put on some meditative like type music in your ears and just kind of zone out. Like zoning out is a form of meditation. So look for it there if you're not good at just sitting silent still with it. Also working out, like any, again, repetitive goodness gracious. Repetitive motions or movement can be very meditative. I find that I get a lot of mine when I'm washing dishes. I don't know. I think maybe I just have a connection with water that way. So, all right, moving on. What prayers are being answered for pile 1? Proposal, romantic or business opportunity is indicated. So if you've been praying for some business proposal, business relationship, that's being answered. If you're waiting for some romantic opportunity to come in, that's being indicated as well. What prayers are being answered for pile 1? What prayers? Balance. You may find your equilibrium in motion. So a prayer that's being answered is finding more balance in your life. If you've been asking for things to even out, you know, kind of even back out. If they've been dipped one way, you should be finding the balance, and that's coming in. Pile 1, what prayers are being answered? Hummingbird spirit, be here now. Being able to be present. So maybe you've been wanting to learn to meditate. Maybe that's a prayer you've been asking, because this is about being present and having everything you want here now. So just know that all your prayers are being answered here in the now, in the present. But you need to stay there and focus on your present energy. They say depression is us thinking too hard about the past, and anxiety is us looking too far forward in the future, or focusing on the future. But if you can bring your energy into the here and now and focus on what you're grateful and gratitude for here and now, you'll bring in all this energy that's just sitting here waiting to come in for you, pile 1. As my stomach's making noises, my stomach's praying for some food after this. All right, let's get one more. These are our chakra cards, so I'm going to see what chakra comes up and what messages come up with that. But what prayers are being answered? Okay, so we have solar plexus, so your ego. If you've been wanting to be more self-confident, things of that nature, we've already discussed that thoroughly in this reading. it's being answered. This card says fearlessness. Turn your warrior into worry. Oh my goodness. I apologize, pile one. I am tongue-tied as I'll get out. All right. Fearlessness. Turn your worrier into a warrior. You already had surrender, worry. Let go of thinking about the past. Let go of limiting beliefs. Turn any of that worry into something that ignites you to be excited to go after this thing. You know, let it excite your inner warrior versus worrier. It's the solar plexus chakra. Maybe some of you guys, if you're looking into meditating, don't know where to start, possibly look up a solar plexus meditation. Again, my stomach's rumbling, and that is associated with your digestive system is associated with the solar plexus. Now we do have a crystal in here, amber, which is fossilized tree sap. Maybe if you do have any amber, maybe get some amber, wear that if you can, or even the color yellow can help if you want to wear this. But this is a prayer being answered. So there is some sort of healing around your solar plexus. For some, this could be a one-off for somebody. If you're new here, I get lots of those. Solar plexus can be attached to a mother wound. So there may be a prayer being answered around a wounding that has to do with a maternal figure in your life as well. Maybe you need to forgiveness there and let that go. So, okay, pile one. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. Sorry for all the tongue ties. A lot of really interesting energy and just had me all blah, blah, blah. So I appreciate you guys spending your time with me. It is truly an honor. If you're over from Lindsay's, will you please comment? I meant to say this at the beginning. If you're over from Lindsay's reading, please comment and let me know that you're here watching from her channel. And thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you in a future reading. Bye, guys. Hello, my lovely friends for pile two. You picked this really awesome blue jay feather here from the little blue jay family that lives in my yard. They left this token behind. So we are going over what do you need to hear right now. This is kind of an open call to spirit on whatever you need to know, need to hear, need to understand at this time. The first section of this will be about just general. Then I'll be doing focused on career. We'll do a focus section on love life, as well as your prayers that are being answered. If you're over here from Lindsay's channel, thank you so much for tuning in and checking me out. I hope you enjoy this. If you guys haven't, be sure to go over to Lindsay's channel and watch the corresponding video for this. It will be linked in the description box below. Love Lindsay, love her channel. I'm sure you guys hear me talk about her a lot. I've known her for several years, and an amazing, amazing reader. So pile two, your card is Spirit of the River, movement towards adventure. This card is about letting go and allowing the flow of life to happen. This can also talk about being addicted to, not just addiction. I feel like a lot of us have this and don't realize it. Addicted to fixing things that didn't go right. Addicted to fixing an old relationship, fixing a situation, trying to constantly, even if it's just in our head, over and over thinking about like, I should have done this, or I could have done this, or maybe I should have tried this or that. And we don't realize we get addicted to that cycle of always trying to fix things. And this card is asking you to let that all go and allow the river to take you, the river of spirit, the river of the universe, the flow of it all, to take you where you need to go next. This is about a new adventure and a letting the past go. So let's see what comes up for this pile two. Super excited. This is my favorite type of reading. So excited to have you guys here. So pile two, what do they need to know right now? What do they need to hear? The Magician. Magic is alive in your life. What you need to be a successful manifest. If you believe it, you can do it. So you are in charge. Okay. I realize that that's slightly contradictory to what I was just talking about, letting go. You are in charge of your side of it. You are co-creating with the universe. You have all the magic. Oh, look, we have another bird feather right here on this book. Just like what you guys were drawn to. You guys are in this manifesting energy, but I don't know if you guys have been trying too hard to manifest something, or I got to do this and I got to do that and this doesn't work right. I have to fix this to make this manifestation happen. You're being guided to just stop and just trust that it is unfolding as it should. Trust the universe has your back. I feel like that message has already come up in another pile, but like, you need to have a mindset that this can happen, and you have to believe it before you'll see it. A lot of us get stuck in this, well, I'll believe it when I see it, but no, you'll see it when you believe it. So just trust that things are working in your favor, and that you literally are magic and your life is a magic, and you don't have to try so hard. Just know that it all is happening for you. And that comes with some maturity here. We have some peace lilies. I feel the need to call it out. Like, as you grow and expand on your journey of life, like you've learned so much. Now it's time to just kind of allow the things to play out as they should. Okay. But you are in creator energy. But let's think of it as co-creating at this time, especially with the way this first card comes out, is the universe wants to carry you along. All right, what does pile 2 need to know? What do they need to hear? Hermit. Okay, now we have Hermit energy. This is Virgo energy. It said, time spent in peaceful meditation and meaningful solitude. Shine your light as an example to others. Seek out or become a spiritual mentor, self-discovery. So some of you guys may end up being a guiding light for other people. We hear hermit, everybody thinks that, oh, I'm going to be, just reclusive, not talk to anybody. That's not exactly what it's about. It is about going within. But it's about also being a shining light. Look, the hermit has this lantern. So maybe, this role is for you to, if you're trying to manifest, I feel like some of you guys are trying to manifest some sort of spiritual business or something like that. This card is calling you to step into what you know, take everything like you've learned thus far, and just be a shining light for others. The hermit can also talk about just introspection and healing on the inside. So if you've been spending a lot of times, again, trying to fix other people or heal other people or work other things, it may be the time to kind of direct this energy towards yourself and really focus on healing whatever last little bits that need to be worked on within yourself. Doing some shadow work, revisiting shadow work. I feel like some of you guys are like, oh, I've been doing that. I'm hearing there may be a couple little things, like if there's a pattern in your life that keeps circling back around, it's because there's something else you need to choose a new way of being, or there's something else you need to learn from that. So maybe take a moment and kind of go introspective and see what that is. But I believe a lot of you guys were meant to be light workers here in this pile. You were meant to be an example for others. And that doesn't feel like you need to be in people's faces. It's like almost like you're sitting back and allowing this to all unfold as it should. But going with what sparks you up. We do have this beautiful fire here. So if you're inspired to take action, then do that, but don't force the action. Okay, pile 2. What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? We have an 8 of Pentacles. All right. Learning all you can about a subject or career, going back to school, taking a seminar, finding a mentor, attention to detail, skilled work that you love. So with this, some of you, we did talk about, it does say seek out. So some of you may be already in that mentor role. Maybe some of you feel like, I want to be in that mentor role, but I have a lot to learn. So there is a corresponding energy here about putting in the work, finding a mentor, learning something new, maybe taking a seminar, kind of sit in meditation and tell the universe that this is what I want to do. Please allow the opportunities to align with me that will get me there, and kind of sit back and see what happens, either in meditation or, as you're scrolling your social media. A lot of people are like, oh, the algorithm's so on point today. I really, truly believe, and this information is given to me, but I also truly believe that our guides in the universe can manipulate that stuff as well. So you get certain things that you needed to hear. It's happened to me multiple times in the craziest ways. But I always look back, if I hadn't followed those weird sparks and been like, well, what was that about? Let me look into this and rabbit hole it. And I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So, but if you don't feel like you're getting anything, do ask your guides or the universe, or again, however you want to phrase that. We do have free will, so they can't always step in and do everything for us, but you can ask them to help and ask for opportunities and the information to come your way, so you have a chance to work on it. Like if you're like, I want to work on it, I don't know where to go, put that over to your guide. Say, please bring me the opportunities that would bring me my highest good. Okay, let's see what's next. We have the wheel. Wow. Okay, you guys have had 3 major arcana, so this is major change going on in your life. We have the Wheel of Fortune. It always is spinning. It's always going. This says a fresh new start or the end of delays, sudden or unexpected progress, a very positive change in your life, travel, or a new vehicle. So someone can be getting some new wheels here, but things are shifting and changing, and there's an overall message here to allow this to happen, pile 2, to go with the flow, you know, let this all happen, let it unfold for you, but there needs to be a willingness to allow that to happen with you. If you get stringent about wanting to be in control of everything, you may need to release that control a little bit. You may need to look at that wounding. Why do you feel like you have to be the only one that can do something right? You know, if it's, again, if that's bringing you some sort of anxiousness and stuff, look at that, please. But let me look these over before I pull more cards. And of course, someone just started doing yard work. Can't control that. Gotta let that go. So I apologize. I live in Florida. Someone's always doing the lawn, no matter what time of the year it is. Okay. I'm also hearing like, and they're giving me, because of this background noise that I'm not even sure if you guys can hear, a message around letting the outside annoyances fall to the wayside. Don't get distracted by, oh, this little thing isn't perfect. I'm moving into this Virgo energy that's associated with the Hermit, and Virgo has a tendency towards perfectionism, but that also leads to analysis paralysis, where perfectionism is a form of self-sabotage because it's keeping you stuck, because you're like, things have to be perfect before I can move forward. I have to be perfect before I can be a mentor. I have to do this before, like, drop that and just be a student of life. Allow things to not be perfect and move forward with them. You'll find like a huge release of tension and stress when you can allow things to flow versus needing them to be perfect before you move. Okay? All right, let's see. What do we have next for pile 1? She Who Flies, Valeris. Do, dare, and reach. So you guys are at this jumping point. Again, this card talked about a fresh new start or the end of delays. So if you've been in this like perpetual like flying pattern, like holding pattern, like a plane above waiting for its, you know, runway to open up, this is the time that the delays are over. So if you've been in a holding pattern, think of it as someone, if you've ever done archery or seen someone do archery, that arrow has to get pulled back and aimed before it can fly forward. So you guys may have been recently in this, or you're currently in this pullback mode where like the universe is aiming you exactly where you need to go. And that's where you need to let go of the control over it and allow it to propel you forward, because like you are being like so pushed forward to just go with it and move forward quickly. So don't be surprised if after this reading, things pick up super fast in your life, because the energy is all like here and ready to come in. All right, let's see. Pile 2. What do they need to hear? What do they need to know? Narrow pathway, tread thoughtfully. We did have pay attention to the details pop up twice already. So as you move forward, there may be a need to notice where you are. Don't be like haphazard about this, but just go with the flow. But tread thoughtfully. This also feels like if you are dealing with something, this feels a little sidebar. If you're dealing with something where you're speaking with somebody else that is on a very sensitive subject, I'm hearing it's better to be kind than right now, and just tread lightly about that, because, you know, things can quickly either go your way or you can fall off if you're like being too like all over the board. So you may need to focus in on one thing. If you guys have a lot of different things going on, focus in on one thing and stick to that narrow path. Again, where the universe is leading you, but it says tread thoughtfully. So I feel like something about your words are important right now, pile 2, and how you're speaking to someone. Be mindful about that and tread carefully. This isn't a walk on eggshells. This is a kindness, kind of compassion kind of message here. All right, next. Let's see. Pile 2, what do they need to hear? Embrace the future. I step into the future with an open heart. Even though the pathway may be narrow, you do get to open through, you have to step through this door. You do have to embrace it though. You have to allow this to happen. You need to be excited about this. Like the universe is wanting to take you on this journey, on this adventure, but you do have to allow and embrace it. Don't let fear hold you back. Like you're in this energy of so much beautiful, like things going your way, but you do need to allow it. All right, let's see what we need to surrender. What does pile 2 need to surrender at this time? Surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. I feel like this is something most of us need to do. Because let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in your life. So there's a need to let go of outdated beliefs, outdated views that you hold about yourself. Fun fact, that's one of the only things we have in control in our life. There's not much we have control of, right? But we have control on our thoughts. We have control over how we allow things to affect us. And with this outdated beliefs, like you're the only one that's in your head. You know, some of us carry outdated beliefs of what someone else has told us, but you're giving it power by letting it still live there and believing it. So if those things no longer serve you, let them go. That can be someone else's thoughts, someone else's programming. If it's not right for you and it's holding you back, let that go. You don't need it. And again, you actually do have control over that. So when you hear that negative, either your own thoughts or someone else's something that they said to you that makes you feel bad or it's holding you back from the success that the universe wants to take you on, say, not today. We're moving on, we're moving forward, we're letting those ideas go. Sometimes it takes a while to get there, and that's okay, but it's worth it. And so it may be repetitive or you're stopping it, and every time your mind starts to do that, you'll notice it sooner and sooner. You're like, wait a second, we're not doing that anymore. Drop it, and we're like switch it to a belief that you're trying to bring into your life. Okay, let's see. One more card, 2 more cards for this section, and then we'll move on to career. What else? Pile 2 need to know, need to hear. Oh, this is your wake up call. Yeah, destiny with the wheel is literally knocking at your door, pile 2. I feel like I'm like a motivational speaker here trying to pump you up all of a sudden. I will gladly do that, pile 2, because I don't know if you guys are seeing yourselves clearly, but this is your wake-up call. But I will say, if you're staying in situations you don't want to be in, or you know are no longer serving you, that's situations, relationships, things like that, but we know that we're unhappy and we know we should do something about it, but we're not, that's when the wake-up call happens. So move ahead before it does, or you may end up with a tower moment. You know, a lot of us that do, like, if you're familiar with the tarot, you see the tower and you're like, everybody like freaks out. But tower moments are typically, not always, not 100%, majority of the time, are things that fall apart because it's something that needed to change that we've been resisting changing. But yet, you know, if you look back hindsight, you're like, if that wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't have done X, Y, Z. So be mindful that use this as your wake-up call, because if you don't, and you know all this stuff is true about yourself and you're holding yourself back or allowing things to hold you back, the universe is going to bring you a wake-up call in another way. And when it's forced, it's usually not fun. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's see. That's an angel number card for you guys. Pile 2. Ooh. Oh, okay, you guys are getting 2 of them. All right, let's see what we have. We have 1 0 or 0 1 1 0. So we're mirroring numbers, reflected numbers. It says belief system. Go after what you want, unique, destiny, inspiration, talents, gifts, appreciation, and gratitude. Those are our keywords. It says you are blessed with talents and skills that make it easy for you to stand out from the crowd. Embrace what makes you different. That's your path to success. Your dreams will soon come true. And then you guys also have 2020, which is that hindsight 2020, compassion. The keywords are mercy, diplomacy, potential, service, recovery, adaptability, and renewal. This is a confirmation that your assumptions and beliefs are correct, but it's also encouragement to use your talents and gifts because you will benefit the world and your pockets. Be of service to others. Your potential is enormous. Maybe some of you guys are already in this spiritual mentor kind of vibe and you're like holding yourself back because you're like, well, I'm not perfect yet. Like, this reading is screaming you guys to step into this potential that you have. Like, it really, really is, in a very beautiful way. Remember that wake-up call. Okay, let's move into career. Let's see, what do we have for career? Using this deck, Witchingly Academy or something like that. Lindsay actually got me this deck years ago, so I'm going to use this for this section. All right, pile 2. What do they need to know about career, please? Pile 2. Okay. Let's see what we have. We have another 8 of Pentacles. So things are working or you need to put work in, and 5 of Wands. So as you're working through things in your career, there may be some competition. This really feels like other people really want your knowledge. If you feel like, you know, you have people that are competing with you or fighting to get what you have, just kind of take that as you're doing the right thing. I feel like a lot of you guys may have some people that are envious of the work that you're doing and maybe trying to, you know, say negative things about you. Don't listen to them. Like, if you're coming from a pure heart, there's nothing you need to worry about. There's nobody else's opinion you need to listen to, those kinds of things, because some of those people are just wanting the success that you have. So I guess be mindful that there may be people that as you kind of move into this power, as you kind of step into your purpose, there may be some people that are a little jealous of that. You know, send them light and love, but let that go. And don't get sucked into that energy. Just focus on your work and don't worry about what anyone else is doing. There's also a message here about comparing yourself to others. So if in your journey, things are moving a little slower than you'd like, or you're like, well, this person has this, or maybe they're better suited for this. Again, if your perfectionism ways are popping in, I don't have XYZ because this person has XYZ, stop comparing yourself to others. Just focus on what it is that you're being called to do. And then in work in general, like if these are 2 separate parts of your life, I get that not everybody does spiritual work, even though that's a big overtone of this reading. There could just be some, you know, outside friction at work. Just focus on your work. Just work with integrity, grow from your hard work, and it'll all work out. But you may have to put your blinders up a little bit to what everybody else is doing. And if you're the one that's comparing yourself to others, just let that go. They're on their own path. You're on yours. It doesn't need to look like anybody else's. All right, let's see what is next. All right, pile 2, career. Milk and honey. This is about enjoying the sweetness of things. Lovely energy coming up for work. I feel like things are just going to work out. Again, don't worry about this little conflict. It's like beneath you is how it feels. And really enjoy the sweetness. Some of you guys may be getting some sort of promotion at work as well. Maybe that's where people have something to say about it. But this is about enjoying 2 things and blending together. So that's lovely. All right, the last card for career. These are kind of funny, or they're meant to be funny. So when I read the thing, it's meant to be a little sarcastic. So hopefully that delivery comes around across properly. But these are their affirmators at work. I don't get to use these cards very often, so super stoked to do it. So let's see, pile 2. Here we go. All right, we have listening. I foster a heightened level of engaged listening in all my conversations, whether in person or over the phone. When I start to zone out or feel the urge to interrupt, I remind myself that it's better to tune in and listen and really listen to what the other person is saying, because without good attentive listening, I won't be able to shoot. What did they ask me? And that's that funny part at the end. So basically, you're being guided to make sure you are listening. Like when someone's talking, not listening to respond, but listening to gain knowledge, to gain information, and hearing somebody out. You know, that ultimately, sometimes people just want to be heard. They want to be seen and be heard. So remember, or remind yourself that that's a really good skill to cultivate, is listening. And you're going to, like, you could be having questions in your head. You may get them all answered just by what someone says. So pay attention to that. So listen up at work. All right, let's move into our love section. All right, so for love, now that I've got all my cards out, I moved them over from my last reading. Okay. Love, pile 2, what do they need to know? What do they need to hear? For love. Go slow. Take time to get to know each other. So you're going to need to take things slow. And there also may be a need to listen, because these messages can morph into each other. And we do have self-indulgence. It's focus on self, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. So there is a need in your relationships to also put yourself first. So that might be where this go slow is coming in. If you have a tendency to dive head first into relationships or put other people before yourself, maybe you're a Libra. Or maybe you just have a history of people pleasing, things like that, or just focusing on other people first because that's how you were raised to think of other people. This is a time to take things slow, but also focus in on yourself. What do you need? Is there anything you need to heal? Is there anything in your relationships that are triggering you that you need to honor and heal? Self-worth is really important at this time in your relationships too. All right, what else for love? Okay, we have 2 popped up. So we have one-sided love. There is a lack of emotional balance or fulfillment in a relationship. Love and feelings are not being reciprocated. There is a lack of emotional connection and depth. One person in the relationship doesn't share the same romantic feelings as the other. This may pertain to an imbalance of give and take in a relationship. So be mindful of any one-sided relationships in here. You know, if you're speeding into a relationship, and you know, you may need to slow down and realize if someone's not reciprocating your efforts. Also, this could be for some of you. There's another message here. I don't think it's a lot of you, but there may be someone there's a message here. You may be too focused on yourself and not being honest and caring to someone else that's being very giving to you. So basically, don't play with people's hearts, because karma is a very real thing, okay? We also have influencing factors. A physical imbalance, a finance, or a career is affecting this relationship. This could be someone focusing on growing and developing their business or career. And this may be causing a work-life imbalance. This may pertain to your relationships being influenced or affected emotionally because of religious or spiritual factors. So, very interesting pile 2 with love. If you're in a committed, loving relationship, you know, there may be just something that needs to go slow. You need to be mindful of who is doing what and what factors are coming in and influencing this. Yeah, okay. Let's see what else for love. Pile 2 for love. What do they need to know? Second chance, making amends, opportunities, and plans. So there could be some sort of second chance coming up for love here. If a second chance comes up with someone from your past, maybe that was one-sided, that things were influencing it, just make sure you take it slow and you are putting yourself into the equation and not just them. And then we have one more card for love, and then we'll move into prayers that are being answered. Okay. So you guys have time. You are trying too hard. Give it time. So there may be something that needs some time to play out here. And that's where you're getting this go slow and take your time message around love. All right, last but not least, let's move into prayers. Lindsay did this section on her reading and I loved it, so I wanted to do it over here as well. So these are prayers that are being answered. This may be something that is unseen, that you don't know about. And what prayers of yours are being answered. So pile 2, what are prayers that are being answered? Dragonfly, have confidence during this time of great joy, renewal, and connection to spirit. So you could have a new renewal of connection to spirit. Some of you guys could be opening up to some new gifts. If you've been wanting to be more confident about something, this is, the universe supporting that as well. The number 8 is here, which is the number of abundance. So there could be some sort of abundance type blessing coming in for you. But all connected to spirit and being really happy. All right, let's see. Pile 2. What prayers are being answered? What prayers are being answered? Third eye vision, reclaim your mind. Okay, yeah, you guys, some of you guys are going to be really opening up between all this spiritual kind of vibe I was getting in this reading of gifts, being a mentor, opening up to all of this, and you guys get this third eye vision. Yeah, your connection to spirit is really strengthening. Maybe you guys, like some of you have never had any sort of like profound, like a prolific vision or something. Yeah, be mindful that this may happen. If you start believing it, you might start seeing it. So maybe you guys have been believing this for a long time. You're like, no, I know this. I know I'm magic. I have magic within me. I'm so excited for it to happen, but you have been believing all the stuff you've been getting this far. This may be the time that you actually see it. I know that was one of our opening messages is like, you'll see it when you believe it. So your prayer that you could get is you've been honoring that. And so now you get to see it. So, what other prayers are being answered? Time to collab. Oh, you guys got 2 of them. And I just noticed the bottom one. Okay, not talking about this one yet. Time to collaborate. So a prayer that's being answered, there's some sort of person coming into your life, or the universe is going to bring information that helps you build upon this. Whatever it is you're trying to do. Maybe you guys want to collaborate. Maybe you're a tarot reader watching and you're watching me do this collaboration with Lindsay and you're interested in doing collaboration. Maybe reach out to Lindsay or I and see if one of us wants to do a collaboration with you to help you build and grow. I'm very open to that. I would like if someone is a tarot reader if I'm going to bring my audience over, I would love for them to at least have a couple videos to watch. So I'm not against new tarot readers that are growing, but I would love for you to have a little bit of background that also I can see if you align with my beliefs and that kind of thing. I mean, not beliefs, I'm open to all beliefs. What am I trying to say? I prefer to work with other like-minded and like-hearted readers. I think that's understandable. Anyways, so, but maybe if you've been wanting to do some sort of collaboration, again, reach out to me, send me an email. My email address is in the description box. Let me know your channel, what you are looking to do. I'm open to entertaining those ideas. But overall, that was a sidebar. A prayer that's being answered is some sort of collaboration, help coming in to help you get to where you're trying to go. Again, some of you guys, that could be a spiritual mentor coming in. And then your other card was trust in the magic. Your prayers around magic, your prayers around your gifts are being answered so severely. Pile 2 is very exciting. This is white raven spirit. So yeah, your prayers are being answered around like you seeing, like, again, we have all this like connecting with spirit, collaborating, maybe, co-creating with the universe, trusting in the magic. And you had that twice, right? Yeah, if you believe it, like there's magic within you, pile 2. You just got to trust in it. But these are answered, or prayers are being answered. So magic is coming into your life, collaborations, visions, really exciting time if you are into that spiritual kind of vibe here. All right, what other prayers are being answered? Pile 2. Held. May you feel the ocean's caress. So you are being held by the universe. You're being supported by the universe. They have you. The universe has your back. You're being caressed and held just like if you were in the ocean and the water was surrounding you. That is what spirit and the universe is doing. They are surrounding you with love. They're surrounding you with support. You know, they're going to bring in people for you to collaborate with and help you grow. So those are the prayers that are being answered. So there we go, pile 2. I hope this helped. I hope this gave you the insights that you needed to hear. Thank you so much if you came over from Lindsay's channel. I would love to have you here. I'd love to have you subscribed. I do a lot of the same similar information that Lindsay does. I do a lot of love readings because that feels like that's what most of my viewers want. But these are my favorites, so I do these types of readings here and there. But I would love to have you a part of the channel, or just at least check out some of my other videos. They're 4 years worth, so feel free to take a peek and see. But again, thank you guys for all, and my old viewers, for sticking around and watching this, and all the support that you guys have given me over the years. You've been so amazing. Thank you, Lindsay, for setting up and doing this reading with me. It's always an honor to work with you, my friend. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a future reading. Bye, guys. Hello, 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 my lovely friends for pile 3. You picked the Othoceros. And we are going over what do you need to know right now. Thank you so much if you're here watching from Lindsay's pile. Love having you here. Thank you so much. I hope you find what you need to hear and need to know in this reading. So you guys picked the card number 33. Oh, and if you haven't gone over and watched Lindsay's reading, if you're watching one of my followers, please go over there and check that out. It's linked in the description box below. She's an amazing reader if you haven't gone and checked out White Rose Guidance. So, okay. So we have the card 33. This is Joyful Muse. This is inspiration. So this card is a lot about being more playful in life, not necessarily silly, but playful and enjoying and finding inspiration in things and letting your inner child play. So some of you guys could have been working on inner child work, things of that nature. You may have taken life a little too seriously lately, and you're being drawn to this pile to remind you to have some fun. Pile 3. I love that you're pile 3. You're the card number 33. And we have Joyful Muse. That was my nickname growing up. It's interesting to have a nickname longer than your name, but there you go. All right, so let's see what you guys need to hear. In this reading, I'll be doing a general overview of things you need to hear. I'll be doing a section on career, a section on love, and a section on prayers that are being answered. So let's jump into it. If you're new, I work with my guides. I get a lot of information. I read classically and intuitively. And I'm so happy you're here. Okay, pile 3. What does pile 3 need to hear? What do they need to know? What does pile 3 need to know? What do they need to hear? We have a 4 of Wands. There's so much to celebrate. Send gratitude to the divine and the angels for peace and prosperity coming to you. Peace and contentment in your life. Well, you need to know that things are there's going to be things to celebrate in your life. There's also about celebrating the things that you've already earned this far. If you're work and no play, you're being guided to stop and smell the roses, pile 3. For the number 4, here is about foundation. So there's a foundational kind of vibe to this card. So there could be something about a home or some sort of celebration in a home, even a wedding, here with this 4 of Wands. If those of you that relate to the twin flame journey, I feel the need to give a nod here. Just know if you are on that journey or were on that journey or related to that journey, then you're in the right spot. But this message is about you being an energy of celebration, an energy of gratitude. Gratitude can shift so much in your life. And remember to being grateful for the big and small things that you have, okay? All right, let's see what's next. Pile 3, what do they need to hear? What do they need to know? Okay, we have a Five of Swords. An unwise choice. There's a better way that you will make, that will make you happier. Avoid people who lack integrity or who have questionable motives. Okay, that's very in your face. So pile 3, there may be someone, we do have gambling here, someone may have addiction issues, someone could be attached to that Four of Wands energy, but there's a need to know that you need to examine some of the relationships in your life, and you may need to avoid some people that don't have your best interests, that don't put you in the forefront. Five of Swords is also an energy of overthinking. Some of us are, the only mean person in our life is ourselves, and allowing that to go and asking yourself, am I fooling myself? Where am I not seeing myself clearly? Where am I cheating myself? This kind of feels like a gambling scene gone wrong. So ask yourself, is there any aspects of your life, and more, this message is more coming from the meaning of this card. Is there any aspects of your life that you're cheating yourself out of fulfillment, cheating yourself out of excitement because you're so focused on one thing or working really hard or trying to succeed that you're missing the journey? Life isn't just about the destination. It's great to have goals. It's great to have an end point, but don't forget to enjoy and celebrate the things along the way, and don't cheat yourself out of those moments. Okay, pile 3, like life happens in the in-between. Again, it's great to have focus. It's great to have direction. It's great to know where you're going. A lot of people would love that, but you don't want to miss the in-betweens. You don't want to miss to celebrate. Don't want to miss the small things, and making the conscious effort to switch that focus, and even the mundane things in your life, finding excitement there can be a big game changer if you feel like your life is feeling empty. Like if you have that that limited mindset with like, I'll be happy when I get here, I'll be successful when I get to here. Like if everything's happening over at this distant place in the future, you're being guided to slow down and realize that there's so much excitement happening now, but it's your choice to see it. So don't cheat yourself out of those moments, okay? I don't think everyone needs to watch out for this negative person. Some of you guys do. Take that if it fits, but I feel like, again, this is more about you. Okay. What else does pile 3 need to hear? We have an 8 of Swords. Okay, this is about limiting beliefs. It says the illusion of entrapment, a lack of self-confidence that makes you feel helpless, being afraid to take action. Take responsibility of your life now. Some of you may be so caught up in all the reasons why things won't work, the reasons, like all the self-doubt, all the limiting beliefs in your life. And that might be where you're cheating yourself out of this enjoyment, this excitement, this inspiration. If you're feeling lacking and dull, like if you feel like you've lost your fire, if you feel like you've lost that creative inspiration, it may just start with how you view things and how you allow your thoughts to kind of ruminate and stop you from doing the things that you want to do. It says take responsibility for your life now. Take action. This also is a card about taking action towards the things that are exciting and fun, even if there's not a payoff for them. They still have payoffs in different ways. So you may need to adjust how you're viewing some things in your life. Pile 3. Also, if someone's stuck in a rut where they're like, oh, I got cheated by this, or I got cheated by a person, or I got cheated by a situation, that's just a limiting belief. That's believing and holding on that was the only opportunity you had. This world is a plethora of energetic opportunities, but you have to choose to see it that way. And if you're stuck in this is the only way I'll ever be happy, or this is the only way this will ever work out, or that didn't work out and I got cheated out of this opportunity, you're limiting your belief, but believing there was only one. There's so many, but you have to believe that, okay? So don't allow yourself to get stuck in that mental hamster wheel that is the 5 of Swords, because there's so much passion and excitement, but you have to choose to go out there and get it. And being stuck in your head isn't going to get you there. Okay, now we have a 2 of Swords. So here you are making a decision. It says being unable or unwilling to make a decision, Follow your heart rather than trying to make others happy, pretending there's no problem over analyzing a situation. All right, there's a lot of sword energy here. There's a lot of thinking energy here. We could have some big air signs in this. Combining this with this opening card that you were drawn to, for whatever reason why you were here, from this fun, playful cat, and then we have all this serious energy. You have to get out of your own way. You have to cut ties with all that mental chatter, or you'll end up in analysis paralysis kind of vibe here. If you don't know how to do that, just start doing things that light you up from the inside. What makes you feel warm and fuzzy and fiery? Start there. And start feeling versus thinking. All these thinking cards, like, I'm a triple air sign. I get this energy totally. So sometimes, you know, if we have a tendency to overthink or overanalyze or get stuck in our heads, or get even stuck in like fantasizing things, or daydreaming about outcomes, you're missing the life that's trying to unfold for you, and it just wants to be celebrated. So getting out of your head and getting into your body, getting into your feelings, those kinds of things are going to be very helpful for you. Because this pattern, if you're stuck, it's not getting you anywhere except for more stuck. So how do you get out of the energy of being stuck in your mind? Getting back into your body. If you're feeling disconnected from things, maybe you're too much in your head and you need to get back into your body, back into your present, bring yourself into your moment. It's interesting, like, you guys, this opening thing, any dark crystal, or darker, this isn't a crystal, but this is a fossil, but this is something from the ground. Like, if you find yourself being too in your head, too overwhelmed, too over analyzing, possibly pick up a crystal or something that is a darker color, or even a color red that's associated with your root chakra, that brings you back rooted into this earth. One of my favorite crystals personally is obsidian for that. But any like black tourmaline, things like that, are very helpful to help keep you grounded if you find yourself getting too stuck in your head all the time. This is a call to take action on your life instead of just thinking about it. Okay. What's on the bottom of that? Queen of Swords. Getting clarity, actually deciding to do stuff instead of being stuck in a decision. Going after the things that you want, not letting fear of what could go wrong hold you back. Fear of what could be cheated or taken from you hold you back anymore. It's time to step into your power and have fun with it. It doesn't have to be so serious, pile 3. Life was meant to be experienced. We're here to have an experience. We're having a human experience in a human body and a human life. As crazy as this adventure is, it's all about an experience. There is no good or right or wrong, technically, energetically. There's an experience, either you didn't like that, it's letting you know where you're not supposed to be, and pivot to what feels good. And some of that is just enjoying and being more playful and having more fun, and to stop taking it so seriously. Okay. All right, let's see. What's your next card? And hopefully these messages, they're coming from a very loving place, pile 3. If you're new to me, I feel like I'm being so harsh with this pile, and I'm sorry, but this is just how the messages are coming in. Hopefully they are landing, and if you're resonating with them, hopefully it's making sense for you. But it is coming from a loving place, I promise. Okay, next you guys have She Who Waits, Manara. Patience, waiting, determination. So this is energy of always being stuck. If you're waiting for life to happen, if you're waiting to get to that point, I feel like the universe is like urging you to just start enjoying each moment now. Like, if you end this reading, turn on some music and dance. Enjoy a moment for yourself and not think about the moment. Enjoy it. Because if you're stuck here waiting, you're just going to be in this perpetual energy of just waiting and hamster wheeling. You have to start enjoying your life. All right, let's see. What's next? Maybe we'll move on to a new message instead of this repeating one. Pile 3. Okay, let's see. Pile 3, what do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Live your soul, not your role. Another message about being more than just what you do. Like, live in your soul, living your life. I feel the need to tell somebody, like, please take that vacation. Like, the money's always going to come back. You're always going to have a chance to earn more money. You're not going to have a chance for all these opportunities. Start taking the opportunities. Start living the soul instead of just the role, like the little meat suit you're in, going to work, doing this. You know, if you're stuck there, I get it. We have bills. But at least do the things that you can, which is enjoy the small moments. Turn the mundane into an adventure. Turn going into the grocery store into a scavenger hunt for necessities and nutrients for life. Okay, that's really silly, but that's my point, is you can turn any mundane activity into something exciting. And sometimes I think that's all you guys need to shift, is to start enjoying the process. And you'll stop worrying about the outcome and worrying about getting to XYZ. Just enjoying it while you're here. Okay, let's see. What's next? Pile 3. What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Wondrous universe. Walk in beauty. This is more of the stop and smell the roses. Open your eyes. See at the amazing things that are around you. If you're so focused on this end result, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. I read this thing once, and it's a hard thing to really think about. It's a little morbid, but I feel like it's apt for this moment in this reading, the way this reading is unfolded. If you were to have died yesterday, what would you have regretted today? What would you have regretted about not having today? If you were to have passed away or moved on or whatever happened, if you were to expired yesterday, what would you have regretted about not being able to do today? And as you realize what that is, realize that you are still alive today and you can still do those things or take steps towards those things. So think about that. If you want to get stuck in your head, think about that. And work towards doing those things that you would have regretted had your life been over yesterday. Okay? I feel like I'm going to get a card that says, stop being so hard on them, Joy. And it's not me, I promise. I'm just the messenger. And I know all these things because I've done all these things. I'm just saying. Okay. Making a difference. My inner light shines far and wide. You make a difference in everyone's life that you touch. If you are super hypercritical, you don't even realize how much you enrich other people's life just by being there. You know? Just by you being you. I feel like this pile is also really hard on themselves. Like, you know, 8 of Swords energy is being really hard on yourself. So is 5 of Swords. So is this just indecision. You know, stop and just realize that you make so much difference just by being here and being you. You don't have to, life doesn't have to be transactional. Just you being you makes a difference in so many people's worlds. Just like if you were gone yesterday, think of all the people that would miss you. Think of all the people that you like make a difference in their life just by being you, not for the things that you do, just by being you. Because you make a huge difference in people's lives and you're needed and you're wanted. And even with your own soul, needs you to be here. All right, let's see where you need to surrender. What does pile 3 need to surrender? It'd be funny if it's overthinking. But I'm hoping for a new message. I think we've beaten this one to beat the dead horse. So, okay. Surrender comparisons with other people. Keep your eyes trained in yourself. Focus on your own strength, attractiveness, and power. They say comparison is the thief of joy. You know, you should never compare yourself to other people. If you're trying to progress in your life, if you're trying to move forward, you're trying to build, grow, all those things, compare yourself to the person you were yesterday. And remember, we're still alive today, so yay. But compare yourself to, if you're trying to grow and build and be better, the only person you need to compare yourself is to who you were yesterday. And always trying to be better, a better version of yourself each day. But don't compare yourself to other people. If there's a message around cleaning up your social media. If there's other social media accounts that you find yourself like in a bad habit of being like, oh, I'll never have that. I'll never be like them. I'll never, those kinds of things. Don't follow those people anymore. Stop comparing yourself to them. They are not you and you are not them. They're on their own journey, and so are you. And what they are meant to accomplish and what you meant to accomplish could be two different things. You could want similar things, but your version of it. So only compare yourself to who you were yesterday. All right, let's see. I feel like two need to come out for this pile. Okay, there we go. Let's see, 1717, drama alert. And key words here. Independence, soul mission, alone time, learning, healing, aspirations. Okay. Take a few deep breaths and focus inward. You need time to think things over and consider your options. All right. Use that thinking energy for positive things, guys. At this time, you must rely solely on yourself. You might not believe it, but you're heading in the right direction. What appears to be lull in activity is just a natural part of progress. Okay, and then you guys have 2112, which these are marrying numbers. So these are numbers about reflection. It says it's up to you. Someone watching over you, good fortune, unforeseen forces and direction. Okay. Even if it seems like you're not making any meaningful progress, you had this in the same card, things are moving in the right direction. If you see this number, it's a sign that everything will work out in your favor and your dreams will come true. Yeah, just release control and just know that it's going to happen, and just enjoy the adventure along the way. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy all of it. Okay, let's see what your Secret Garden card is. And then we'll move on to career and then love. Okay, you guys have two of them. We have Wallflower. Look for the crack in the concrete to find your way out. I love this. You know, you think about like nature just growing out of concrete and stuff like that. But yeah, look for the crack in the concrete to find your way out. You can grow anywhere. You can grow in any situation. Nature can. You're one with nature. You're the same thing. Just grow from where you are now. Not from where you're trying to go. Not from that other person's yard. You can grow right where you're at. And then we have play, another message about playing, pile 3, not taking things so seriously. Among the grass and the wild violets lie undisturbed little secrets to uncover. So yeah, there's magic everywhere if you choose to see it. And all it does is take that choice to switch and to see things differently and to be more playful and have fun. All right, let's move into a career. And I love you guys for sitting through this. Hopefully that wasn't so harsh. I feel like that was harsh, but maybe it wasn't for most of you. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop over-worrying that. Here I am overthinking the overthinking message. All right. Career, pile 3. I know Lindsay's pile 3 was the joy heart. If you guys came over, and I picked the joyful muse for that for a reason. But all right, career, you guys have justice. So Libra, things evening out, things becoming just around work, and the Knight of Pentacles. So some sort of new promotion or things evening out or becoming more fair and balanced in your career is highlighted here. Libras are highlighted. Again, slow and steady wins the race. If you've been working hard towards something that could be coming to fruition with, again, getting something. The Knights bring in some sort of action. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving Knight, but it's things still coming in. It's the tried and true Knight. On this clock, it looks like it is 11. Oh, it's 11:11 on this clock. All right, 11:11. And this is the 11 card, the Justice card. And I'm hearing you can learn lots of new things at work from people that you may have seen as like an obstacle. I'm looking at this 3-headed, I forget what it's called, beast here, but it makes me think of Harry Potter. But just know that like sometimes someone that you may have seen as an adversary can actually teach you a lot around work. Okay, and let's get some more cards for work. Career, what else does pile 3 need to know about career? The fates, fated things are moving in your favor. We have the 17 here. Again, take a deep breath, know everything's working out. There's some fated events going on. Again, I feel like someone's getting some sort of promotion that you may not have been expecting, but that's always nice to hear. If you work for yourself, maybe give yourself a promotion for all your hard work. All right, these are affirmators at work cards. I don't get to use them very often. They're kind of silly, but I love them, so we're going to pull you one. So pile 3, what do they need to know or hear about work? Money. Okay. I deserve to make money, and I invite financial abundance into my life by mailing out hundreds of gilded envelopes that say, your presence is required, please RSVP. If the desire to make more money seems selfish or shallow, I remind myself that money is the only path to food, shelter, and a secure retirement. Then watch myself quickly shut up and get back to hustling. Those gilded envelopes won't pay for themselves. So there's a message here about money coming in. There's a message about your thoughts and beliefs around money and what's possible. If for some reason money makes you feel guilty or like you shouldn't have it or you don't deserve it, you need to investigate those feelings you have around money, because that could be what's blocking you. Is this weird energy you feel about money could be the very thing that is blocking you from getting the money that you want. So keep that in mind. It's an interesting tweak. Like if you're like, think of some astronomical number that, you know, you want to make a year, but if you say, oh, I make this, and it makes you feel like cringy or something, then there's some sort of negative feeling you have about money that you need to kind of adjust or remove, because that could be blocking money from flowing to you. Just like we want everything else in life, you know, for some reason, you know, money, you know, we hear things like money is the root of all evil, things like that. I think how people use it could be the root of all evil, but money itself is just energy. But we are energetic beings, and if you're trying to bring more of that into your life, really examine your feelings about money and any feelings and thoughts and beliefs that you may have about them that are kind of subconscious, and you can uncover those by seeing how you feel about that and what you may be blocking yourself. So, all right. Next, we're going to do love. So, pile 3, love. What's going on with pile 3 and love? Forgiveness. Your heart needs to be in the communication of forgiveness. Fully forgive yourself and others. Forgive yourself for the past mistakes and guilt. Forgiveness will allow you to move forward and heal. It will create a space for love in your life. Okay, let's see what else for love. I usually do a big spiel when forgiveness comes up. Forgiveness, remember, forgiving someone else has a lot to, it's actually for you. When you hold on to resentment and anger towards somebody else, or anger or resentment around the way something happened or didn't work out, you're holding on to a very low vibrational energy. And by forgiving that and letting that go and releasing that energy, you're only serving yourself. You're helping yourself in that process. Energetically, vibrationally, you're shifting your energy by letting those things go. So even if you just forgive someone in your head and release that anger or resentment, again, anger and resentment that you hold towards somebody else isn't doing anything to them, but it is damaging you. So letting that go and forgiving someone, even if it's just saying it out loud or, you know, face to face or just energetically in your mind, you're releasing those energetic energies that are bringing you down. So keep that in mind. Forgiveness is for yourself as much as it is for somebody else. Okay, we have hammer, sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, working on it. So the hammer could be repetitive things. It does say sabotage, so I don't know if there's any self-sabotage going on in your love relationships that maybe forgiveness will help solve. This is also about being persistent and working towards something. So there could be a need to forgive someone and work towards a better future for some of you. There could be a small fight, like if you're in a committed relationship, there could have been just something small that you kind of been harboring that needs to be forgiven and worked towards, and could just take some time to, you know, kind of work on it. We do have mastery. You've learned the spiritual message. So ding, ding, ding. This is always nice to see. In love, there's some sort of spiritual lesson that you have mastered and you've learned, and hopefully will no longer be a repeated pattern in your life. If patterns around love, or you keep meeting the same people in different bodies or the same situations, there's something you need to learn from that, and there's some different choice you need to make in order to move past that cycle. All right, let's see what else for love. Ugh, I have cards everywhere. Okay. Pile 3. chemistry, spark, passion, desire. So this could be someone new coming in. If you've released this energy attached to somebody else, forgive and let go. It brings a vacuum to bring new things in, which could bring in some chemistry. This also could be just your current relationships as you guys repair and grow. There's just more chemistry that's growing and a spark and passion coming back, which is lovely. And one more card. Okay, I cannot reach that. All right, pile 3. Love. What do they need to know about love? All right, we have twin flames, your passion ignites. We did have that card here. I'm going to pull one more. Not everybody relates to that journey. If you do, there's a nod for you. And then we have, imagine all the unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities in your life. So if you guys don't have any love in your life and you're trying to bring in that divine counterpart, that soulmate kind of vibe here, and you want to bring in passion and chemistry into your life, you might just need to release all the negative thoughts, all the limiting beliefs you have around what's possible for you in love in order to vacuum that energy in. Okay. All right. Next, we're going to go over your prayers that are being answered. Lindsay did this in her reading and I absolutely loved it. So I wanted to do that as well. So pile 3. Pile 3's prayers that are being answered. And this may be seen or unseen. All right, I'm going to take this one. Okay, we're taking 2 because it keeps falling out. All right, we have light codes. Travel awaits you. So there could be some sort of opportunity coming up that involves you to travel. Maybe you've been praying like, I want to go see things. I want to experience new things. I want to go do things. I want to go have reasons to be more playful. You know, travel awaits you. There is some sort of light code that's being uncovered here. And a prayer being answered that way. And then we have guard your energy. So there, if you've been asking for support, asking for, you know, the universe to have your back, just know that there is either a supportive person coming into your energy or that the universe is supporting you and answering that prayer. Okay, pile 3. Prayers being answered. Prayers are being answered. Pile 3, please. Thorns. Weathering the challenges ahead will bring in a new and positive future. So with this card, sorry for the pause. It really feels like you are being supported. Just know that if you are still going through any challenges right now, that a new positive futures are unfolding soon and that the universe is supporting you. There may be a need to travel here too. If you've had boundaries or challenges around doing something that involves travel, that should be broken up soon. You'll have a new positive change there. You have transformation on the bottom. I was trying to see if you had a certain card. Okay. It says, reach out for the power and strength to make changes, enrich your life, and become the person you want to be. So it's like, it's up to you kind of vibes here, pile 3. If you want to make that change, you just got to step into it. It all starts with you. Pile 3, what prayers are being answered? Wild. May you express all that you are. I really think that some of you guys, like, I don't know if there's fear around stepping into this playful, wild vibe about yourself, but it's definitely there and it wants to come out. And so there could be an experience that really is pushing you, like a prayer is being answered and pushing you and giving you the opportunity to really step into this powerful person that you are that maybe you've held back for too long. And it's really like time to stop overthinking that and stepping into this beautiful, amazing person that you are. I feel like some of you guys, this is a one-off that has something to do with dancing of some form. This actually could be like a salsa dancer kind of that vibe I'm getting. I don't know, actually that's not salsa, but anyways, that's what I'm seeing in my head. Some sort of like competitive dancing. If you've been wanting to do that and been afraid to step into that and you've been overthinking that, again, I know this is a one-off. It's for somebody listening. Do it, man. Just do it. Like, believe in yourself. Don't compare yourself to other people and just go after this thing that you want to do. All right, let's see. Your chakra card. What chakra is being associated with their prayers answered? Ooh, and then we have all this fire. So we have Your sacral chakra, which is creativity. This is, you know, that womb creation energy. This is the fire within. When I do people's energy healings, I literally see people's sacral chakra as a fire. So it's always interesting. But this is passion. Turn your fear of change into excitement for change. So here you are overthinking, you know, the prayer that's being answered, you're being supported and changing any fears that you have into excitement about things. This is, I mean, I feel like this is a known fact, but I tell people this and they don't know this. And I can't remember which scientific study I read this from, but the same chemicals in your body are released when you're scared or nervous about something as they're the same chemicals that get released when you're excited about something. It's just your brain that attaches either if you're feeling excited or you're feeling scared. So because we do have control over our thoughts, switch being afraid of something and just realize that it's because there's a level of excitement too, that it's the same chemicals in your body. So just go, hey, life hack, instead of being afraid of XYZ, I'm going to be excited for the other side of that. Because usually the fear is around failure, success, looking stupid, all those things. Look at what the excitement around what could be happening, you know, successful, recognition, those kinds of things, and change your fear of, again, fear of it and changing into being excited about what could happen for you. And allow your passion to ignite this. All right. One last card for prayers being answered before I end this. And thank you guys so much for being here with me. I really enjoy this type of reading, so thank you guys. All right, we have Electric Eel Spirit. Bring your ideas to life. So there could be some, number 24 may be important. There's some sort of idea that you've had, maybe that you've been ruminating over. As you step into like this power of change, as you step into doing, there's a prayer that's being answered and it's bringing this idea to life. It's giving you the opportunity to make this happen. Sometimes we ask the universe for a cake and we end up getting all the ingredients and we're like, but I asked for cake, not realizing you have every little piece. Sometimes we just have to do the work to put it all together to make it happen. But the universe is providing. Like, they gave us all the stuff to make the cake. We just have to make the cake. You know, we have to realize, like, wait, do I have all the components that I need to make this happen? I have manifested this prayer that I wanted. I just have to put the pieces together. And that's okay, because I'm here to experience all of these things and to have fun in this physical body that I'm in, because I'm, you know, I don't want to get too weird and out there for you guys, but you know, I am this light being in this human body, having this human experience. So let me enjoy this thing and be in this physical body and be excited about all this and passionate about that and being tapped in and tuned into it. Okay, I'm going to end that here, pile 3. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for listening to this message. Hopefully this found you well. Hopefully all this made sense and resonant. If not every single piece like hit home for you, that's totally okay. These are general readings, but I'm glad as long as you were attracted to this pile, hopefully you found at least one point that was like that click that you needed. That is my goal and that is my intention when I do these readings, that this information finds the people that need to hear it and it hits home for them and helps them grow and feel better about themselves in life. So thank you for allowing me to be the messenger for that. All right, and anyone over from Lindsay's, thank you so much. Please let me know in the comments if you did watch, if you're over from Lindsay's channel, I'd love to hear that. Thank you guys so much and have a good one. Bye guys. Hello, my lovely friends for pile 3. You picked this malachite crystal here. Super cool. And pile 4. So we have a 44. We have the perfect storm, the courage to step into life. So this is a really interesting card. It has a couple aspects to it. It's about, you know, having the courage to step into things, like to leap, very full energy, just, you know, have the courage to go do it. This is also about turbulent times in our lives and knowing that, you know, we can stay safe if we stay in the eye of the storm. If you think about, well, what is the eye of the storm in life? That's being centered and true to yourself and authentic to who you are. That would be your eye. Staying close to that and letting everything swirl around you, but letting storms do what storms do. Storms come in and clear the path for things. So this also may be a period where you recently have gone through stuff that you may have, stuff has been removed from your life. Usually the things that we hold the most dearest to us sometimes tend to go. That's usually if we have unhealthy attachments to things, things of that nature. It's basically what the song or this card talks about, is allowing the things to go, and having the courage to step into this new version of your life. We'll see what comes up in the other cards. There also is a note about carpe diem with this card, which is seize the day. So there may be a need for you to seize onto an opportunity, pile 4, like as it comes in, not allowing the fear of what you could lose by making this choice or what could go wrong, but just going after it if that's what your soul is being called to do. All right, but let's see. All right, for the structure of this reading, sorry, I didn't say that before. Thank you for anyone who's here over before Lindsay. I got really excited about that message. Sorry, I just jumped right in. Thank you to anyone who's over here watching from Lindsay's channel. If you haven't gone over and watched Lindsay's accompanying video, please do that. Give her some love, Lindsay over at White Rose Guidance. It'll be linked in the description box. If you're here watching from Lindsay's channel, please throw me a comment and just let me know so I can say hi to you. I'd love that. The structure of this reading, we're going to be doing a general card pull between tarot and oracle cards to go over life in general. Then we'll have a special section just on career. We'll do a section just on love, and then we'll do a section on what prayers are being answered for you at this time. So, and again, this reading is the theme of this reading is, what do you need to know or need to hear at this time right now? So let's see, pile 4, what do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Possibly about the storm. We'll see if the messages correspond. But let's see, pile 4, what does pile 4 need to know, need to hear right now? So the Emperor, logic and organization will increase your success. Take charge of the situation, accept a leadership role, structure, and discipline. So there may be something coming in where you're being guided to take that chance, accept a leadership role. If you're afraid of, well, what could go wrong, you're being guided just to push through that. Also, that logic and organization will increase your success. So if you have a tendency, if you've been a little all over the place lately, just bringing yourself back into center. Again, there's this message about centering yourself, being true to you here. Centering yourself will help you align with success and help you stay focused, and basically keep you from getting overwhelmed as the turbulence of this storm kind of swirls around you. It won't shake you because you kind of have all your ducks in a row. But you're definitely being guided to take charge. The Emperor is about building your empire. It's standing in your power. It is ruled by Aries, which rules the first house, which is the house of self. So there is a message here about focusing on yourself, doing what's right for you at this time. Pile 2, what do they need to hear? What do they need to know? I'm hearing that someone out there, if you're religiously selfless, and you are selfless to the point where you like overgive and overextend, it may be a time to be a little selfish. Or you can look at it as being self-focused at this time. All right, next we have, this is the 2 of Wands. So yeah, some stuff in your future is coming up. We have the World here and the World here in these 2 cards. So the World is at your fingertips, pile 4. The path is unfolding with these cards. It says, taking the next steps, bold and ambitious choice, partnering with others who share your dreams, expanding your plans, continue to move forward. You have these 2 cards that have come out so far that are all about forward momentum, taking that chance, moving forward, allowing the universe to support you. If you don't have a partner in this life, let the universe be your partner. And this also could just be friends, like-minded people, things of that nature. But taking that forward momentum, seeing where you want to go, focusing in on that trajectory and going after it. So ambition, leadership, those are the kinds of energies you need to step into. Aries is a fire sign, so we have this fiery wand energy coming in here for you, pile 4. Okay, what else do they need to hear? Now we have the sun, which is Leo energy. Lots of fire, 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 fire. Okay, and the sun is the happiest card of all of tarot. So just look at as if you've been through the ringer, if you've been through the storm, the sun is shining on the other side. It says, a time of great joy and success, brilliant epiphanies that lead to a magical opportunity, or lead to magical opportunities, plans that work out perfectly, gratitude to the divine. So I'm here, don't forget to be thankful for your answered prayers. I'm so excited about what the last section of this reading, your answered prayers are going to be, because this is just looking really good. We have a lot of fiery energy, a lot of momentum, a lot of forward movement here. With these cards, a lot of building our empire, planning for the future, going forward. Those are your focuses. This is what you need to hear right now. This is where, if you've been shifting, if you've been thinking about, I lost this, or what could I lose, all this stuff, you're being guided to take this chance and just go after it. Like, where is your soul lighting up? Do what sets your soul on fire. Those kinds of vibes here. All right, let's see. What else does pile 4 need to hear? We have a King of Cups here. It says, trustworthy, honorable, devoted, cautious. Someone you can completely trust. A situation that is safe. A solid romantic relationship. Hidden but well-intended emotions. A charitable benefactor. Seeing a counselor. Okay, lots of things there. Some of you guys, you may be guided to see a counselor. Like if you have a hard time, if you need some therapy or need someone to talk to, there may be a need to reach out for that. But this is overall about like having someone in your life that you can completely trust. Maybe if you've been wanting some sort of partnership in your life, this is the time where this person comes in. Now, the King of Cups, they did touch on it in this description, hidden but well-intentioned emotions. The King of Cups is a very emotionally mature energy. It's not always the most vocal about it, but it is here. So for some of you, yeah, I really feel like the other piles, none of them have been about partnerships or love per se, but this kind of feels like there's possibly entering a new phase with that for you all. We also have a section of love, which I'll go over that, but this does feel a little love focused. Give me a moment to kind of look over these before I don't want to miss a message. Charitable benefactor. Someone also, if there's like a plan that you've been wanting to do, like maybe starting a new business, you're being guided to really step into that. And there also may be a chance to have someone like almost be like a silent partner or provide some wealth for you, just because it says charitable benefactor. I would normally maybe see that in a King of Pentacles, but this is how this is coming in. Like someone willing and here to help you build this empire that you want, build this vision that you want for yourself, to bring you into this life that you're trying to cultivate, especially after all the things that have like kind of been in turmoil lately. And again, I want to reiterate the meaning of this card is, if in this journey you lose some things, they were things that weren't meant to stay in your life anyways. So keep that in mind. Not saying that's an easy thing to do, but it may be needed. All right, what's next? Still a general message at this point. What else does pile 4 need to know at this time? Did I have a flipper? I did. Okay. She who surprises, Breeze. Surprise, discovery, revelation. You guys had, did we have epiphany already? Where was that? Maybe we didn't. I don't know. Okay, sorry. She who surprises, Breeze. So surprise, discovery, revelation. So there's some sort of epiphany or revelations. Okay, we did. Brilliant epiphanies. I was like, I know I saw that in this pile. So there could be, for some of you, a big aha moment coming in. We do have butterflies on this card. We have transformation going on. But some sort of big surprise is coming that you weren't expecting. And again, as this energy of the storm clears out the things that no longer serve you, it gives the room for the things that need to come into your life to kind of move in. I'm really like seeing, like, I'm looking at this eye of the storm. It very much looks like a hurricane. I live in Florida. That's a tendency I go towards is looking at hurricane storms. But it reminds me of like how it kind of just shifts and moves, and everything's just shifting and moving if you let it. But just stay in the eye of the storm. Stay true to you, as focused as you can. Like, you'll have the least amount of damage in the process, but just be true to you. And allow some sort of epiphany or surprise to come in, pile 4. It's really, really cool energy coming in for you. All right, where do I want to go next? Let's see. Pile 4, what do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Pile 4, what do they need to know? What do you need to hear? exceeding expectations, I soar into excellence. So yeah, something is going to be bigger than you expected. Again, we have the sun here, very, very similar imagery here. Like the hands up, like, that kind of thing. Good things are coming your way, pile 4. I feel like some of you guys, this is going to be like, oh, thank goodness, like I've been through enough, you know, kind of vibe. And just know that like it's going to exceed your expectations. I'm hearing don't get too focused, like too zeroed in on the exact outcome you want, because the universe wants to surprise you in something bigger. Like the whole world is coming in for you, but you have to allow that in, and don't get too narrow-minded in the process. Okay, let's see where do I want to go next. More general messages for pile 4. What's pile 4 need to hear, need to know? Makes necessary sacrifices. Okay, so if there is some things in your life that you need to let go of, you're going to have to let go of them, or you're going to be forced to let go of them. And when I talk about force, that's usually like, if anyone who's familiar with tarot, that's where those tower moments come in. They're not always this, but a lot of the times they're when we're holding on to something that we need to let go of, or we're miserable on a job and then we get fired and we're like, this isn't working out the way I wanted to. It's because it's forcing you to make those sacrifices. So go ahead and just do them on your own. Or just know that, again, what leaves your life, even if it feels like a sacrifice, it was no longer meant to go on the rest of your journey with you. All right, let's see your Sacred Destiny card. Pile 4, what do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Watching clouds. Lie back, rest, and relax. Wow. So there's kind of this thing like, okay, going with the flow, allowing the storm to take out what needs to take out, and you're just staying true to you and centered. And there might not be much you need to do to make this start all going. I know the Wands energy is that energy, that masculine energy, the energy of doing. But there is a message here about knowing that you can lay back and relax and rest and allow this all to unfold. Allow the universe to surprise you. Allow that to exceed your expectations. Your only goal is just to let go of the things that need to leave at this time. All right, let's see your surrender card at this time. What does pile 4 need to surrender? What does pile 4 need to surrender? Okay. We have surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or a situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help you bring clarity and solve the problem. So if you're over-analyzing, overthinking this, just lie back, rest, and relax. It's nothing you need to worry about. Like it's like the energy of give it to God, just let it go, you know, give it over, and just allow it to play out as it should for your highest good. Because this really wants to come in for ultimately for your highest good, pile 4. But you got to just release the control, release the overthinking, release the attachment to the outcome, and allow it to surprise you. All right, next we have angel number card. If I can pick them up. All right, I want to feel the need to shuffle these real quick. I shuffle before every reading, but being told to shuffle. Okay, what else does pile 1 need to know, need to hear? Or sorry, pile 4. Pile 4. Pile 4 need to know, need to hear. 222, alignment. Connections, friendships, romantic relationships, family ties, balance, life, choices, compromise, commitment, and trust. Those are the key notes. It says, how do you move forward towards your life's true calling? Do what makes you happy. Your enthusiasm is what keeps you going. Follow your interests if it's piqued by something. Following these routes will help you discover your life's purpose. So if you're trying to get aligned with, you know, your life purpose, where you're trying to go, trying to figure that out, but you're not sure, follow the things that light you up. Follow that spark. Those are the breadcrumbs from the universe to help you. And like basically your soul is put into place to let you know that, hey, this way, follow those sparks. All right, let's get you a Secret Garden card and then we'll move into career messages. Oop, okay, you guys got 2. We have another message about rest. Slow down. You don't have to solve everything today. So also with this may, as fast as this energy feels, this may be more of a marathon than a sprint. So there may be a need to rest when you need to. You don't need to go you know, all in, just go with the flow. And you don't have to do it all in one day. It's like we have the emperor here, which is about like building an empire. Just remember the old saying, Rome wasn't built in a day, you know, so things are going to take time. Allow this to unfold. And then you have retreat. Never underestimate the healing power of a quiet moment. So you have a lot of messages about resting. If you've been working on this, if you've been go, there may be a side message for those of you that are in this like do mode to just sit back and allow. Take a breath, relax. Again, allow the universe to do some of the work. You've been putting in the hard work. Allow it to meet you halfway. Okay. I'm going to move these up, and then we're going to move into your career messages. Use the Witchling Academy Tarot. This is a deck that Lindsay sent me probably about 2 years ago. So this will be our tarot for career. Thank you, Lindsay. And that's Lindsay over at White Rose, who, if you're watching from her channel, or if you're one of my followers, or maybe you're just a random person that came across this, please go over and watch White Rose Guidance too. She's amazing. Okay, so let's see. Career, pile 4. Career for pile 4. So we have the Hanged Man and the 10 of Pentacles. Looking at something from a new perspective could be very helpful. If you are in career, if you're in some sort of pause, it's because there's a pause for a purpose. Whenever we're in those holding patterns, like if you feel like you're stuck, like I feel like I should be doing something, but I feel like in a pause, I just want this to move forward. Just remember, sometimes, you know, it's very much like a bow and arrow. Sometimes we're being pulled back and held to be aimed before we can be released forward. So there is usually a purpose within the pause when it comes to work. But whatever this is, whatever this pause, whatever's behind the scenes making its plans to come, it's going to be very beneficial. We have a 10 of Pentacles. That's like all that and then some when it comes to material things. So this is very abundant energy when it comes to career and work. All right, next for work, career and work for pile 4. We have all that glitters. Okay, there is a message in this card about like not all that glitters is gold kind of vibe here. So if there's something you're going after, if you're like, when I have all this money, I'm going to be really happy. When I have this job title, when I'm a director, that's when I'll be happy. Just remember, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. That's the same kind of mention in this card. So be mindful that, you know, there may be a reason for this pause. If this thing isn't happening yet, it's because you need to shift your perspective about what it is that you want and what it means to you. Because happiness isn't there. Happiness is in your moments. Happiness is in your present moments within yourself. Again, the energy and staying true to you. The other stuff is cool, but just don't stock your whole happiness in this promotion, this advancement, this end result when it comes to career. You're always going to be like chasing something that it'll never make you happy. You have to be happy where you are now, and then the stuff that unfolds just adds to it. All right, and our next card, these ones are a little silly. They're the affirmators at work. I don't get to use them very often, but I was excited to use them in this reading. So let's see what you got. Pile 4 for work. We have ego. All right, let's see what we got. It says, when my selfish ego rears its ugly, screaming little head, I calmly toss it a Xanax and ask it to leave me alone. I'm a big, generous person, and in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter if someone else gets credit for my idea. Because at the end of the day, when I really stop and think about it, the idea might end up being bad, and they'll have to take the fall. So there. So there may be a chance at work that someone comes and steals something that was your idea, comes along, you know, just let it go. Don't hold on to it. Don't be egoic or prideful at work. Just zen out, because you don't know, you might be being saved from something. If something doesn't go your way, again, like if you don't get a promotion or you don't get this thing that you think that you deserve, that you know you deserve, it might not be all that glitters. There might be something that comes along that's better, that exceeds your expectations. And this thing that you thought you wanted might not be what you think that you want. So you could be getting saved from something. Okay. All right, next we're doing love. All right, so let's see. Pile 4 and love. What do they need to know about love? Pile 4, what do they need to know about love? Discernment. Pay attention to red flags. Know the warning signs of what an unhealthy relationship or connection looks like. Take your time, ask questions, choose wisely. Look at the situation from different perspectives. So use your discernment in a connection of yours or a connection that's going to come up. This doesn't mean it's going to be bad. Just pay attention for those things. But let's see what our corresponding cards are. Let's see. Pile 4. Finances. Financial challenges are affecting this connection. Okay. Something in your romantic connections. You could be dealing with someone that maybe finances are bothering them, or there's something going on around finances there. It's affecting this connection. Then we have the sword and the rose. Clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, power. So there could be some sort of truth that comes up. Maybe you've been dealing with someone. Maybe some red flags are popping up, but you're going to find some truth out. It could be about their finances that are affecting them. But ultimately, there's clarity coming. And then trusting in your discernment can also bring you clarity and having a revelation about this connection. If you're in a happy relationship, a committed relationship, this could be just like paying attention to your partner's needs, you know, being honest about any, like honest and truthful about any finances issues that may be coming up in a marriage. I know money is like one of the biggest things of arguments and stuff. So if there is anything like that, just make sure that you're being honest and open and asking questions, and you know, looking at their perspective from their eyes too. All right, what else for love? Else for love? Pile 4. Apprehension, guarded, cautious, afraid. All right. This is either about you, pile 4. Are you guarded? Are you cautious? Are you afraid to step into love again? Sorry, I have the sun kind of coming in my window, so it's getting all kinds of interesting shadows. So if you're wondering what all that is, I can't control the sun. So, so there could be some light and shadows going on as I go to talk about this, but either you may have to look at yourself and where you're apprehensive and guarded around love. Maybe you have your own red flags that you need to discern about and be honest and truthful about what you need. Or you could be dealing with someone that has a guarded heart that's afraid to love, and maybe just keeping that in mind, but also using discernment to know that it's not your job to fix them. You can hold space for people, but don't hold yourself back in the process. You know, so you may need to use your discernment and realize that if this person is incapable of being what you need them to be, you may need to let them go, especially with this overall message of this, like letting things go that want to leave your life, okay? Because something better may come in. Again, as you shut the door, another door opens. It's a cliche saying, but it's true. So be mindful of that, pile 4. All right, last card on love. Last card on love. Okay, we have playfulness. Well, this is nice. We had some heavy energy, so it's nice to get some lightheartedness. So we have playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have fun together. And remember, love is the greatest healer. So if things have been super serious in your connections where you've lost the playfulness, maybe that needs to be brought in. And have some fun and have some joyful time, especially if you guys have been through the ringer, maybe around finances. There's apprehension here. Try to be playful again, have fun, and enjoy the journey. Okay. Did I get all my love cards? I did. All right, so next I'm going to move into prayers being answered, which I'm very interested about for you guys, just because there's been so much like unfolding good fortune coming up in your general reading. I'm curious to see what pops up here. So what are the prayers that are being answered for pile 4 that they may know or not know about? Too many cards. Pile 4. Ascended Masters, create open communication. So if any of you guys have been asking to receive communication from the other side, your guides, your angels, the universe, however you want to phrase this, there is Ascended Masters coming in to create an open communication. So there's a prayer being answered around having clarity from the other side coming in for you. All right, let's see what else. Pile 4, prayers being answered. What prayers do they have being answered here? What prayers do they have being answered? Patience. Slow down, change your attitude, clear your mind. So when I look at this and I'm looking at the context of the question, which is what prayers are being answered, it feels like if you've been really patient, you know, that like the time of waiting is coming up, or it's being released. Some of you guys may be praying for patience. Maybe you feel like you've been like, I need patience in this situation. You could have a perspective shift that helps you be more patient as well. But I really feel like this is more like, you've been asking for something to change because you've been so patient for so long. If that's your scenario, that's the prayer that's being answered. But for the rest of you, if you have been just praying for patience, like, help me get through this, you know, help me deal with this. It might just take patience, but it's going to feel very easy. With answers being prayer, stuff is going to come in very easy and feel very calm and secure. So again, slow down, change your attitude, and clear your mind. So you may have help with all of that. Or you are having help with all that, I should say, because these are prayers answered. So not a maybe, but a yes. All right. Oh, we have one that's flipped over. Okay. Let's see. Pile 4, prayers being answered. Oh, persists. May your ripples build that swell. So you're going to have a persistent amount of prayers being answered. You're going to have a persistent amount of guidance. It feels like there's a lot of guidance and support coming in to help you gain clarity in your mind. And things that you want are just going to keep building and building. So the ripples of what you want to bring brought in, it's like almost like your ship coming in here. And so the answers are coming in. And again, it's just going to build on itself and keep getting bigger and bigger. All right. Sorry for all my background noises. All right. So let's see. Pile 4. What other prayers are being answered? Like 6 fell out, so we're not taking this. I really would rather just 1 or 2. What prayers are being answered? Rhino spirit, overcome any obstacle. So a prayer that's being answered is some obstacle that has been challenging for you. Maybe that's involved patience and persistence. You're going to be overcoming it. You're going to have the knowledge and the support to overcome that. I really feel like you guys need another one, so... And then we have frog spirit, clear out the clutter. All right, this is not gonna, some people are not gonna like this message, but I'm gonna go back to this description in this card. We have clear out the clutter. So an answered prayer of yours might not feel like an answered prayer, pile 4. Some stuff is being cleared out of your life because it's no longer needed. It might take that, hindsight is 20/20 to see it, but just trust that if things are leaving your life, it's meant to go, because this is a prayer being answered. The clutter's being cleared out, the stagnant energy, the things that you no longer need are being cleared out. You may have asked, I really want XYZ in my life. And that prayer is being answered, but the things that were holding you back from getting there are also being cleared out. And those may be the very things that we're holding on to because they're comfortable. So they may need to go, but you're going to end up getting to where you need to be. Feels like very eclipse season stuff, like stuff that leaves your life during an eclipse was meant to go. And so the best thing you can do is not resist it, not hold on too tight, but just allow the storm to take it away. Okay. All right. Last but not least, our chakra card for answers being prayers being answered. Answers being prayers. Okay. Prayers being answered. Oop, your intuition. So a lot of you guys have maybe been asking for gifts, asking for clarity, asking to be able to connect with your guides, because your intuition is being answered. So intuition is that little tug that pulls you towards your light. So I feel like, especially with this spark, you had lots of messages around following that, wherever it's leading you. Follow your intuition, see what lights you up, go towards that. That's an answered prayer. Your soul is like, hey, this way, this way, this way. And follow those little nuggets of breadcrumbs from the universe and follow it down. And those always show up in the things that you are oddly drawn to. I'm mean, sometimes they make sense, but sometimes they don't. Sometimes you're like, why am I looking into this? It's because your soul's like, hey, look, it's over here. You don't even know it yet, but this is where we need to go. Those kinds of things, and trusting that and going with it. So pile 4, this is your reading. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for sitting along. After my if you're new here, after my readings, I tend to do a after reading chat where I just ramble as I clean up my cards and organize them. I did it on accident a long time ago, and people seem to like it. So sometimes if I have time, I just let the video run. So if you want to stick around and listen to me ramble on, awesome. If not, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Don't forget to go over and watch Lindsay's reading over at White Rose Guidance. If you are watching from Lindsay's reading, please let me know in the comment. I would love to tell you hello, and thank you for watching. But yeah, for everybody else, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this reading with someone that you think would enjoy that. That does help me out as well. So thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed recording it, and I will see you in a future reading. Bye, guys. And yes, I'll be rambling in a second. Just getting the rest of my cards. Checking my phone. Okay, my friends. Got a big cleanup to do. I used so many cards in this reading. This was such a fun reading. I was really glad when Lindsay reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to do this reading. I'm very pumped. I don't know why her and I have never done a collab before. But yeah, here we are doing a collab. So I know sometimes Lindsay listens to these. So Lindsay, if you're listening to this, thank you so much for being you. Thank you for everything that you do for the collective. Thank you just for being your authentic, beautiful self and letting me do this reading with you. It's been truly an honor. So, okay. So many cards. I hope everybody's doing well. I really love this, doing these readings. Like, they're like my favorite. So I hope the messages all got to where they needed to go. That is always my intention in doing these. What else do I need to ramble about? I don't know. This is when I wish I could ask you guys questions. But I don't know. Let's see, what do we need to talk about? Life. I don't know. I feel like this reading, there was a lot of really good messages. There were some messages that were very similar throughout this whole reading, which was interesting. They kind of played throughout the whole thing. I'm trying to think what those messages were. Like having the courage to go after what you want and allowing things to kind of fall away was a theme for sure. What else was a theme? Maybe I can look through these cards. Trusting in yourself, trusting your magic. That was mainly one pile. Two of the piles had messages around honoring your gifts or getting new gifts coming in, which was pretty cool. Love was kind of like, okay, in this reading. I don't really remember all of it. That's another thing I'm sure I talk about in my after reading chat, is that I don't really remember my readings. Like right afterwards I kind of do, but as soon as like a little time passes, like forget it. It's like trying to remember a dream. So bits and pieces will stick with you, but all the details just go somewhere else. But most of that happens because I'm mainly channeling. So even though I'm very with it when I'm channeling, like when I'm done, I'm like, I have no idea what I just said. That happens to me in the middle of reading sometimes. So sometimes if you hear me pause, I'm like, oh gosh, what was I talking about? Because I was like channeling and I'm like, I have no idea what just came out of my mouth. And then I confuse myself because I'm trying to make sense of what I'm talking about, but I have no idea literally what just came out of my mouth. So that's always fun. It's like you're like, oh my God, I've lost my mind. So yeah, those are other fun facts. I think I talked about in one of the readings about if anyone wanted to do, like if you're a tarot reader out there, even if you have a smaller channel and you want to do a collab, I'm open to discussing that. I would hope that you already have like some videos up, because if I bring, I want to be able to see your vibe. I do want to connect with like-minded and like-hearted souls. I'm a very heart-led person that believes in and tries to lead with love and not like cattiness or meanness. So I would love to, if you want to do a collaboration, that I can at least look at some of your work and make sure it is aligned with myself and my my audience. But and I want to make sure there's at least something, if I send people over to you, there's at least a little something for people to watch. But that could just be like 2 or 3 videos, totally fine. And if you're a bigger channel and you want to collab, totally awesome. But so just feel free to shoot me an email. Just subject it, you asked about collabs in your reading or something like that, and then I'll know to open that, because I get a lot of like random like companies that sell stuff on Amazon that want to collab with me that have nothing to do with what I do. I have yet to do any of those. I'm not completely against it, like product collaborations, like to have something out here, but it would need to relate, you know? Like, I mean, I've had people send me decks. I'll promote their deck, you know, because that makes sense for what I do. But then sometimes I have companies like wanting me to like share clothing or something. I'm like, you don't even see me in my videos. Why would I share clothing? So as much as free stuff is cool, I only want it to, if it's resonant for my viewers. So most of the stuff I share on here, if I share about anybody else, it's just someone that I believe in personally, and it has no like sentimental or no financial attachment to myself. I just like supporting other people. That's more of my jam. You know, because I always like to pay it forward. I had really awesome people help me out. Lindsay was one of them when I first started. And I always like to pay it forward to other people, because I know YouTube is not the easiest thing. I've been working on it years and still haven't figured it out. But keep on trucking, keep on setting the intention that those that need to hear the message find it, and it's really all I have to be concerned about. And if a video tanks, then I guess no one need to hear that message. I don't know, or the 3 people that needed to find it found it, and that's all I need to be concerned about, right? So, all right, gosh, I have so many decks. This is a really fun reading, though. It's longer than I was used to. I normally do about 20-minute piles. This one was like a little over 30 for each pile, which is long for me. Keep my focus. I don't think I have ADHD, but I have some tendencies. Not gonna lie. But not diagnosed or anything, and I don't think it's that severe, but I definitely can hide. If anything, I've had a caveat of ADD or anything. I have that hyper focus thing where I can, like, if I'm interested in something, I'm like hyper focused, but then like once my focus is gone, it's just like do. So I have a tendency to be a jack of all trades. I know lots of things about a lot of things and know how to do things kind of. But then it's like, once I'm done, I'm just like, oh, okay, no longer need that in my life. But if anyone's familiar with human design, I do have that gate for that. I have the gate of the starter, but I don't have the completed channel. So when I was learning about human design, like, it actually like made me feel so much better, because I was like, I'm not meant to complete stuff. I'm meant to start things, tell other people about it that aren't good self-starters. I'm a great self-starter. Like, I can start anything. But it's the completion piece that's hard for me. And again, I've always beat myself up about that. But in my human design, I'm just meant to inspire others to do things. And that's the only purpose that I have of getting excited about things. It's like to tell somebody else because it's what they are meant to do, but they might not be the best self-starter or not get the information. So I'm just here to share. So that made me feel a lot better. Anyway, so I think that's about it, guys. I do need to wrap this up. I have my wet hair on top of my head to go to my daughter's softball game. Cute little 7-year-olds playing softball. So I need to get ready so I don't scare anyone. And I need to get this video finished up and back end stuff so I can get it over to Lindsay to put in her video and we can release this. So thank you guys so much, as always, for being here with me, listen to me ramble, talk nonsense. So I love all you guys. Have a good one. Bye.